I'm back with another Sunday Funday, so let's see if anybody comes in and we can get a discussion going. While I'm waiting for people to get here, let me first do what I always say I'm going to do. I don't even have the names ready, and I should have done that before I came on, but I was already running a couple minutes late, so I went on and came on anyway. But I want to thank my new subscribers, so I'm going to go on and pull up the names that I can remember. Julia's Beauty and Style. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in, and I'm assuming that you're the one who gave me the thumbs up since I see you're the first one in here. Thank you so much. So Julia, I want to thank her, and we thanked her last week for coming in and joining us. And I want to thank Damo Alexander. He's a new subscriber that I got. Oh, Southern Yankee Homestead Journey. Hello, how are y'all doing? How is Atia? I don't know which one or if it's both of you on here. So hey, please subscribe to Julia's Beauty and Style. Southern Yankee Homestead Journey. They're actually one of the first YouTubers who I started loving to watch live on YouTube. And one of the things that they do is they make it a point to tell everybody who's in their live in the chat to subscribe to each other. And so that's something that I've just carried on from them. And so I'm going to ask you all, everybody who's in a channel, let us know if you have a channel so that we can all subscribe to each other. JD, hi, how are you doing? Thunder Buddy, hey, how are you doing? Thank y'all for coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for sticking with me today. So also, I want to, at the beginning of this video, send a thank you to Tosh Time. I sent a small donation to a charity that she's doing some work for this holiday season to help the homeless. So, in return, she gave my channel a shout out, and I got some subscribers to come my way from that shout out that she did on her channel that has, about 5,000 subscribers. And from that, I got a new subscriber named Damo Alexander, and a lady who is in France, and I know I'm going to butcher this name, but it looks like Miravan Denise, and I think that she's saying her name is Miravan, and she's from Nice, because she is in Nice, France. So anyway, and I have some more people, but I didn't get everybody's name down. Shame on me. So please forgive me. I will be sure to get the names down next week. I was so busy with doing the research for what I wanted to talk about that I forgot to get the names down the way I needed to. But anyway, thank you all for coming. Let me go on and briefly tell y'all what I have to talk about today. And before I get started, I'm going to go back to your comments. Actually, while I'm doing that, let me go on and get on a screen here so that I can read your comments in the chat, because I don't want to miss out. I appreciate the comments. That's what keeps me energized and keeps me going on for these chats. Hi Derica, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in and joining us. Let me get to my channel here so that I can see everybody. I want to be sure that I get to all of the comments that are in here, because again, I appreciate every last view, every last thumbs up. I even don't mind the thumbs down that I get. It still means somebody's watching, but I'm trying to give you what you want, so I'll get more thumbs up than thumbs down. So let's see here. Okay, let me go on and get to... Okay, so we got Julia's Beauty and Style in here. Southern Yankee Homestead Journey. They have a really good channel. Subscribe to them if you're not. And JD, so good to see you. I really enjoy JD in my lives. Really good interaction. And Thunder Buddy, you love cake. Okay, where is that coming from? Did I say something about cake? Because sometimes I don't even keep up with my own comments. Smash that like button. Thank you, Southern Yankee Homestead Journey. And I'm glad that y'all are doing well. I hope that Atia is doing much better than she was when I watched you on earlier this week. So, the wedding cake. Okay, duh. Okay, so I'm not even thinking. Okay, so let me just quickly tell y'all what I'm going to be talking about today. So y'all can decide if y'all want to stay or go, if y'all want to have some other topics y'all want to discuss. But I'm going to get into Billy Bush and some comments that he came out. He actually wrote an op-ed piece in the New York Times this week, and I want to talk about that. Liangelo Ball, the entitled son of LeVar Ball, and what's going on with him. And Roy Moore, the Senate candidate in Alabama. I want to talk a little bit about that. Dustin Hoffman got accused of being a naughty boy this week. And Danny Masterson, who we talked about last week. John Conyers, who we talked about either last week or the week before. And Lauren Green. We talked about a politician out of Texas last week named Blake Farenthold, and the lady who accused him of sexual misconduct. I have some insight from her that I want to discuss, and then this whole gay wedding cake situation that's going on in the Supreme Court. I want to talk about that first, and Terry Crews. Some more updates are going on with him. And Jeffrey Tambor, I'll get into that quickly because it was requested, but I don't have a lot of information on it because I'm getting conflicting stories. Hey, Drip King, how are you doing? My bestie, my YouTube bestie's in here. He has a channel too, so please subscribe to him. 23 Drip King Mobile, we just call him King in here. And Warren Moon, some things came out about him. That Dr. Larry Nasser for the U.S. gymnastics team, and Sade's son, which last week, my kiddo 2 out of California, I think she is, gave me some information on Sade's daughter. So anyway, those things that I want to talk about. And like last week, if you were here, one thing that I want to do in between topics is to keep a little trending topic going in between our discussions. My kiddo too, I just said your name. How are you doing? Okay, so yeah, I have something that you brought up last week that I'm going to talk about. So last week, the question was, who are some child stars who transitioned well into adult stardom? And y'all gave me some really good ones. And Dee Dee, I don't know if she's going to make it in here. The one that she gave me, who was it? The guy from the guy who plays Leonard on Big Bang Theory. I can't remember his name. The one who was Darlene's boyfriend on Roseanne. I can't remember what his name is. As much as I watched Big Bang Theory with Matt, I can't believe I forgot. But anyway, so that also led me to think about the girl who played Darlene on Roseanne, and the girl who played Blossom, because she's on Big Bang Theory now too. And but the one who I was trying to think of, who I could not remember for the life of me, was Michael J. Fox. That's the person who always came to my mind when I think about childhood stars who made a successful transition into adult stardom. So anyway, we're going to put that topic to rest. But from last week, since y'all didn't give me any of your song lyrics, we're going to keep this topic going, and I hope I get some responses this week. I also want to know, what are some songs, and I have, my retainer in, I need some water. Okay, so what are some songs that, that when you first heard them, you heard the lyrics wrong, so you would sing the lyrics wrong, and then later you found out what the lyrics really were? I gave y'all one of mine, which was Hall & Oates' Man Eater. Last week I let y'all know that I thought, because I was very young and a stupid little kid, so I thought that they were saying, "Watch out, boy, she'll cheer you up." And that's because I was a stupid little 6-year-old or whatever when the song came out. So anyway, I want to know some lyrics that y'all got wrong the first time y'all heard them. I also gave you one of my sisters, which was Chaka Khan's. I know Whitney Houston remade it, but Chaka Khan originally did the song "I'm Every Woman." And my sister used to sing, "Primary woman, it's all in me." So anyway, if y'all have some songs, I know I'm not the only one who's ever misheard a song lyric, and I'm sure at least one person out of the 6 people who are watching now have misheard a song lyric. So, if y'all can think of something like that, let me know. And then the other topic that we'll keep running in between topics for you all to put in the chat is, who was your first celebrity crush? So, while y'all are thinking on those topics, because I'm sure I'm going to get some responses in the live chat, I'll go on and I'll get to the first topic after I get a sip of water. But before I do that, I do want to thank everybody for coming in, saying hi, keeping the chat going, and giving me a thumbs up. Thank you, King. Thank you, everybody, for smashing that like button for me. So we have a Supreme Court case that's being heard on behalf of the Masterpiece Cake Shop. I do want to get y'all's opinions, and so like I said last week, what I'll do is I'm going to go through the topics, and then after I'm done with the topic, I'm going to go and look at your comments, read your comments, and discuss your comments, because what I found out, well, what I see obviously, is that more people are watching my lives after they are streamed. And so when I stop and talk to you all in the middle of a topic that the people who go back and watch it, it looks really choppy and they're probably not understanding because they're not able to see your comments on the screen. So I'm just going to go on and go through the whole topic, and then when I'm done with the topic, I'll go to your comments. But let's go on and get into it. So we got the Masterpiece Cake Shop. What we have is a gay wedding cake story is kind of the way that it's being put out, and I think that that's what was trending on Twitter. And if you don't know, that's how I get most of these stories. I'm not a big TV person at all, to actually watch television, but I like social media. I love Twitter, and that's how I find out everything that's going on, especially with pop culture. I am, like I said, I'm a 41-year-old person. I don't have any children, and so when things happen like in the pop culture world, I'm like the last one to know, unless I see it trending on Twitter. And so anyway, what was trending, I think, was gay wedding cake. And so I'm like, what's this about? And I hadn't even really been paying attention. I'd kind of been overhearing some things. But anyway, so many angles to this story. So let's go on and get into it. So it could be looked at as a religious freedom versus an LGBT rights issue. But Jack Phillips, he's the Colorado baker who's at the middle of all this. He refused to bake a gay couple's wedding cake. His attorneys are using free exercise of religion and freedom of speech to make the argument on his behalf. And the Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan and some of the other liberal Supreme Court justices were arguing that, basically asking the question, where is the line drawn for businesses that qualify for an exemption from anti-discrimination laws? Can it be jewelers? Can it be makeup artists? Can it be hairstylists? But Justice Kennedy is the one who everyone is watching, and they feel that his decision is going to make this case. Justice Anthony Kennedy, he was appointed by Ronald Reagan in 1988. Yes, he is a conservative, and he has a track record of voting right-wing or conservative or Republican, whatever you want to call it, on a lot of issues, namely gun control and campaign finance and voting rights. But he has delivered some victories for the liberals, or left-wing Democrat, whatever you want to call it, on topics like affirmative action and abortion and LGBT rights as well, by basically providing some really crucial swing votes. So he's not always just the person to fall in step with his party. So all eyes really are on Supreme Court Justice Kennedy. And he seems to really see both sides, or at least two sides to this issue, because it seems almost like there's even more than two sides to this thing. On the one hand, he thinks that a ruling in favor of the baker could lead to the baker and bakers in general, and other people, other business owners in general, being able to, basically bakers being able to hang a "we don't bake cakes for gay weddings" signs, in their windows. And he thinks that would be offensive to gay people. But then on the other hand, he's also wondering if there is hostility being shown towards religion, and if it has been shown in that way, like through the Colorado Civil Rights Commission, the way that they've handled this case. And so, to quote Justice Kennedy, and this is what I did like that he said, "Tolerance is essential in a free society," and I'm quoting him verbatim, "and tolerance is most meaningful when it's mutual. And it seems to me that the state in its position here has been neither tolerant nor respectful of Mr. Phillips' religious beliefs." So, kind of, in the middle of the road, because, again, he does seem to see both sides of it. And Justice Kennedy is the one who penned the Supreme Court's opinion on clearing the way for same-sex marriage. So if this ruling goes in favor of the baker, a lot of LGBT people are going to feel like it diminished the ruling for same-sex marriage in some ways. And so it's kind of a lot at stake, I guess, for some people. And what I saw was that, oh, hi, Rida boy. I'm not going to stop and read the comment yet, but I see you're in here. Thank you for coming. So many people on Twitter were saying, that basically same-sex marriage is legal, so just bake the cake. But it's not as simple as that, because the thing is that this case started before same-sex marriage was legal in Colorado, and I believe that that's why the baker really does have a legal leg to stand on in this case. Um, the Baker Phillips, he opened his bakery in 1993, and already knowing that because of his religious convictions, he was not going to be able to make certain types of cake. For instance, he has also declined in the past to make cakes for Halloween, because for him that goes against his religious beliefs. And so he's not just one of those Christians who is Christian about everything else except, who's Christian about um, only being anti-gay. He seems to be, a devout Christian. And so anyway, in 2012, then the gay couple who is named in this case, they walked into his shop and they requested a wedding cake for a ceremony that was going to take place in another state. Because again, at the time that they requested this cake, same-sex marriage was not legal in Colorado. And so Phillips told them that he couldn't make their cake without violating his own religious faith, but he offered to make them any other kind of baked goods that they wanted. According to him, they stormed out of his store. What they did do after that was file a complaint with the Colorado Civil Rights Commission, and the Colorado Civil Rights Commission ruled in the favor of the gay couple. Well, then the baker filed an appeal with the Colorado Court of Appeals, and that appeal went in the baker's favor, and basically stating that the state law could not compel him to support any particular religious view, and that it was only that he couldn't refuse service because of a customer's sexual orientation. And if you think about it, the way that it was said, he did not refuse them service. He refused to bake them a wedding cake, but he did, again, offer to bake them anything else that they wanted, just saying that the wedding cake went against his religious beliefs. So he took his case to the Supreme Court, and lo and behold, the Supreme Court decided that they were going to hear the case, and here we are. So I do want to know what your thoughts are, and I'm going to go in and read those comments. And I just kind of want to say, not really giving an opinion on what I think the Supreme Court should do, but I do think if I were, and I can't say because I'm not homosexual, I've never been homosexual, I don't know what I would necessarily do in their shoes, but I just kind of feel like for me, if I have a baker telling me that he doesn't want to bake my cake, I would not feel comfortable having him to bake the cake. Even if I, were able to get some law enforcement entity to force him to do it, I would not feel comfortable, having him to do it for me, or having anyone who felt like they were forced or compelled to bake my cake for me. So that just from that standpoint, not saying that any kind of discrimination should be allowed, but I kind of feel like it's one of those things where, like, maybe, like the LGBT community, they have a lot of power, they have a lot of money behind their movement. And I think that even in Houston, like, there's like a gay pages, like, where you can, if you specifically want to support business that are LGBT owned, then you have that option to do so. If you are that strong in your feelings about needing someone to make your cake for your gay wedding, then why not support someone who feels the way that you feel, or have that money to go to a business owner who, supports what you are and what you're doing. That's kind of the way that I'm looking at it, just from a personal point of view. I don't ever like when people try to compare sexuality with race, but in this case, I'll kind of look at it as like just something that I could kind of relate to, where my fiance is white, and there are people who still to this point don't agree with hi Dee Dee, how are you doing? There are still some people at this point who don't agree with interracial marriage. And so would I go into a baker who says, I'm not going to bake a cake for an interracial couple because I feel like that's against, my, religion. And some people, let's face it, the Bible has been used to promote racism and to further the cause of racism. So some people could feel that way. And so Do I want to sit there and have an argument with this baker and say, no, you're going to make this cake and you're going to put a little black plastic woman and a little white plastic man on top of it because, darn it, that's what I want. That's not something I would fight for. I'd rather give my personal money, to someone who actually supports what I'm doing, who's going to welcome both of us and, okay, well, just have a consultation with me and not tell me that that's something that they don't feel comfortable with. So, that's just my thoughts on it. We are in a capitalistic society, but we do have, civil rights that everyone needs to be aware of. So I just kind of want to know what you all are thinking. Are you on the side of the baker? Are you on the side of the gay couple? Is there more to it than that? Are you maybe not knowing which way to go? Is there some gray area? I do feel like, maybe the baker's religious freedoms are being overlooked, but I want to know what y'all think. So let me go on and get to the comments. And while I'm doing that, remember that the trending topics today, I want to know you all's missung song lyrics, because I know that y'all have some, and I also want to know who's your first celebrity crush. So I'm going to the comments now. Let me see. And thank you all for coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for sticking with me. And let's see here where we left off with Southern Yankee saying smash that like button. Thank you, Southern Yankee. Okay, and Thunder Buddy telling me that the wedding cake thing was in the title. And Thunder Buddy also saying the Ball family. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. LOL. Okay. So, King telling y'all to drop the like for me. Thank you. And my kiddo, too. So glad to see you in here. And I mentioned you at the beginning of this video, my kiddo, too. I don't know if you heard it. Thunder Buddy says, yes, you went back to the future with Michael J. Fox. Okay, yeah. Okay, and Drip King Mobile says to smash the like button for my bestie. I appreciate that. Thunder Buddy, Jimi Hendrix, excuse me while I kiss this guy. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so again, the topics to keep going in between my topics are sung song lyrics. Thunder Buddy thought that Jimi Hendrix was saying, excuse me while I kiss this guy. How funny, now that we're on the topic of gay wedding cakes. Okay, now that's hilarious. Thank you for sharing that, Thunder Buddy. Thunder Buddy says, to me, if someone goes into a coffee shop and orders a cup, they should be served. Making a cake for a gay wedding is a creative service. Should a shop owner be forced to go against their beliefs? Okay, and I guess that's the question at hand. King says, I got back Twitter. Oh, what's your name? Okay, my name on Twitter, I'm Taiwan or am I at the Taiwan? At Taiwan or Taiwan at the Taiwan. I can't remember, but I'll tell you. I'll look it up and I'll see. Because, if y'all are on Twitter, then please friend me on Twitter. I'll put my information after this stream gets posted. I'll put it in the... I'll put it either as a pinned comment or I'll put it in the information box. So we can all be Twitter friends too. Rido Boy says they wouldn't have done this if he was Muslim. So why do this to him? Because he's Christian. America has been coming down hard on Christians recently. I do kind of feel that way too. I do feel like if he were a Muslim baker, that this wouldn't be a topic. And then I wonder, I don't know if a gay couple would have went into a Muslim baker, but I do see your point, and I do feel like that some Christians who, and I don't care about like the hypocritical Christians, but I do feel like sometimes Christians might feel that Christianity is under attack as well. Right Up Boy says, I'm not religious, but I support his freedom. I don't know what he would... okay, so back to my point of saying I wouldn't want somebody who didn't want to bake my cake to bake my cake. Right Up Boy says, I wouldn't know what he would put in the cake. Exactly, and that's kind of how I feel. Would you really want to eat anything that someone was forced to cook for you? And that's kind of how I feel like it... In any situation, there are people who I will not go out to eat with because I know that they treat waitstaff like shit, and I don't want anything happening to my food, and I don't want my waitress or waiter thinking that I support the way that they act. So I just don't I don't take those chances. I don't like to be out in public with anybody who acts a fool, with anybody who's going to have charge over my food or my drinks. I'd rather not. I just go out with people who I know are very polite. Let's see. Dee Dee says, "Hey sis, I'm so glad to see you." And Dee Dee, I mentioned you earlier too. I'm gonna get to some other topics and I'll have to mention your name again. My kiddo too says, that is like the couple in New Jersey that was refused their cake request for their son named Adolf Hitler. Oh, I hadn't even heard about that. How long ago was it? My kiddo too. She brings up the most awesome stuff. Let's see. Right up, it says, "LOL." I don't know. I guess I made a joke. My kiddo too says this was in 2008, and yeah, I have it. That it was definitely before gay marriage was legal in Colorado. From what I'm seeing, that this was happened in 2012, but at any rate, it was definitely before gay marriage was legal in the state of Colorado. Thunder Buddy says, "First and still and always Alicia Keys." Okay, that was your first crush, your first celebrity crush. Okay, that's I'm pretty sure that's a common one. She's a pretty girl. My kiddo too says they could choose another baker. It is an individual choice, though. I disagree. Yeah, there's so many ways that this could be looked at, and that's just me personally. I would say, choose another baker. Just don't take that chance and risk, your health or the health of your wedding guests, because you don't know if someone feels that strongly in their religious convictions. You don't know what people will do. The things that people do in the name of God are probably some of the scariest things that people will do ever. So I just wouldn't do it. Dee Dee says, Mark Paul. I never knew how to say his last name. Gosselar. I've never known how to say his last name, but I know that he's Zach by Saved by the Bell. He's been a lot of people's first crushes. Oh, right up it says Aaliyah was mine. That's another good one too. Y'all have some good celebrity crushes. Yeah, I always thought that Zach was cute. I thought that Mario Lopez was cute too. He looked like a little, he looked like he could have been one of the Jets or something. But anyway, okay, so yeah, keep those coming. Excuse me while I kiss this guy. That was hilarious. So again, those missung song lyrics and your first celebrity crush. I want to know who they are, and I'll tell y'all who mine is once we get through some more of these topics. But thank y'all for giving me your opinions on this first story. So now let me get another sip of my water before we go on to Liangelo Ball. Thank you for keeping it going in the chat, and thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for sticking with me. So here we are on Liangelo Ball, who we talked about a couple of weeks ago, y'all. We've been talking about him probably now for at least 2 weeks, because first we were talking about him because he was in China with his teammates stealing, his UCLA basketball teammates stealing, and we were wondering what was going to happen to him, what was going to become of him. But he was able to thankfully get to the U.S. with probably a little bit of help from Trump, and a little bit of help, it seems like, also probably a little bit more help, honestly, from Jack Ma, who's the owner of that site Alibaba. And anyway, regardless of how he got back here, he and his teammates, they did get back here, and they did thank Donald Trump, which that was kind of what we talked about last, because Donald Trump still wanted LeVar Ball. He wanted his dad to thank him, and I guess he just wanted the whole world to thank him for bringing these young men back. But anyway, so at that point, I was on LeVar Ball's side. Today, like I told y'all, LeVar Ball is a very arrogant man, in my opinion. Sometimes I'm with him, sometimes I'm not. I don't like him, but when he's right, he's right. When he's wrong, he's wrong. And this time I've got to call him on his bullshit. So what happened was, he pulled his son, Liangelo Ball, out of UCLA this week. And he's just saying that they're exploring other options. So that's his business, and that's fine. Liangelo and his teammates, their punishment for stealing out of the Louis Vuitton shop in China was getting indefinitely suspended from the basketball team. Now, LeVar Ball says that he's not waiting, and, quote, "We get back over here, and the consequences were even stiffer than China. So they're basically they're in jail here. Really, LeVar Ball, they're in jail here. And this is where I lose it with him. It's one thing to, be rich and to have advantages and everything, but if this is not the most entitled of attitudes that one could take on this topic. He's saying that he's going to make him, LeVar saying he's going to make his son way better for the NBA draft than UCLA ever could. And he's not transferring him to another school. He's getting him ready for the NBA draft. And Liangelo said of the suspension, quote, "That's a long time doing nothing." And I'm like, you could still be in school getting an education. Like, you got kicked off of and you got suspended from the team. You didn't get kicked out of UCLA, so you don't just have to sit around doing nothing. You could be, like, taking your ass to class every day. So, I wasn't really feeling any of their comments on this. And hold on while I just trying to get my notes situated here. So yeah, anyway, apparently that's not the plan that his dad has for him, as far as being in school. His dad already said before the season started that Liangelo would only play one season at UCLA. And he didn't even get to play that one game because of his own stupidity and going to China and stealing. The plan was that he would follow in Lonzo's footsteps, play one season in college, and then go on to the NBA. But LeVar, excuse me, you guys. I went all the way back to the beginning of my notes, so excuse me. I have a lot of notes this week. I'm trying to get through all this stuff, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me get back on track. Back on track, Ty. Okay, so yeah, anyway, LeVar says that he didn't warn the school. Hi, Hazel's Reptiles. Y'all subscribe to her channel too. Hazel has a channel on YouTube. Subscribe to her, please. Everybody who has a channel, get in those comments. Let us know you got a channel. Everybody, please subscribe to each other. LeVar says that he didn't plan on warning the school about removing his son. He says, quote, "They didn't tell me anything, so why am I going to tell them?" And LeVar Ball, in his arrogance, seems to think that UCLA is just using his family's name. To what extent that may or may not be true, I don't know, but I know that UCLA had a big name way before LeVar Ball had his sons ready to go to college. So, meanwhile, the school wishes Liangelo well. They're like chunking the deuces. Okay, we'll see you. We don't have to put up with your loudmouth as daddy anymore. But LeVar Ball says that Liangelo is going straight to the pros. And while he's saying that, an NBA GM said, quote, "He's not on any of our scouting list, even the extended list." So, I don't know, I guess. Hey, LeVar Ball spoke it into existence that his son would get drafted into the Lakers first round, and he did. So let's see, maybe he could be right. But anyway, I just think he's full of shit right about now. And this is what I meant last week when I was saying, last week, y'all know I was Team LeVar as far as him not needing to tell Trump thank you for getting his son back, because his son also already said thank you. But I also said that LeVar Ball is just like Trump. In my opinion, I said that he's the black version of Donald Trump. He's just as arrogant, has just as much of an entitled sense of mind about everything. And sometimes I can take his side, like last week I did. But this time, no, I gotta call him on his bullshit. Your son stole. He stole in China. We should be thankful that he's back in this country, even if it meant that he would have had to be in prison in this country, that he's not in a prison somewhere in China. So for me, and I think that for most people with at least 2 brain cells, they probably think that getting suspended from the team was a light punishment. Let's not gloss over the fact that stealing is a crime. And it's also against the student code of conduct. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like he's just, to me, it kind of feels like he feels like there shouldn't have been any consequences at all for what his son did. And it just kind of speaks to his mindset. When you listen to LeVar Ball, there's nothing wrong with having dreams for your sons, and I'm like with him, on, okay, I see this potential in my sons. I want to, to do anything that I can to nurture this potential in them. And if he thinks that they are destined for the NBA, then great. But what's wrong with, getting an education too? Because when you hear LeVar Ball talk, it's only about getting his sons into the NBA. When you hear him talk, even in terms of school, it's, Lonzo's going to play one semester at UCLA. Liangelo's only going to play Lonzo's only going to play one season at UCLA. Liangelo was only supposed to play one season at UCLA anyway. He's not talking about school in terms of semesters or years. That's his mindset. His mindset is just doing what he can to get his sons to the NBA. And there's, again, nothing wrong with that, but it's a different mindset, and I think that he's looking at UCLA, where most people would be thinking that it's a wonderful educational opportunity. For LeVar Ball, he just sees it as training grounds for the NBA for his sons. So that's my thoughts on it. I'm over him, as I usually am, but I was with him last week. But I want to know what y'all think about it. I'm going to get a sip of my water. And I also want those misunderstood song lyrics to keep coming. Thank you so much, Thunder Buddy. I laughed. I'm still laughing. Excuse me while I kiss this guy. But anyway, I want to know what y'all think. So let me go and look at your comments right now. I'm going back to the chat. Let me set the next topic. Oh, and this next topic is compliments of my kiddo too. But let me go and see what y'all are saying in the chat. Let's see here. Okay, where did we leave off? Okay, the crushes. So my kiddo too, her first crush was Foster Silvers of the family, the group the Silvers. Okay, what, hey, TW23, okay, y'all, TW23 also has a channel. She has a beauty channel. Please subscribe to her too. Let's see, what song do they sing, My Kiddo 2? Because I know that name. Thunder Buddy says, when a father lets his son walk away from adversity, it sets the stage for how he will deal with issues later in life. My son is taught his own failures, and is taught to own his failures and learn from them. Amen to that, Thunder Buddy. Thank you. Yes, I totally agree. And not just sons and daughters, but, all, children in general, we have to learn from our mistakes. We have to own our mistakes, so that we don't grow up to be, the assholes of society. That you have to take ownership of the things that you do wrong. Let's see here. Dee says, it's J.C. Chazé. That's how his name is pronounced, right? From NSYNC. Because I'm, like I said, I'm 41 and I know NSYNC, but I was a little, like, too old to kind of, like, really be into them. But I think that's how that guy's name is pronounced. Let's see. LeVar Ball is crazy. Right up. Boy says LeVar Ball is crazy. His son said thanks, but he wouldn't. And him and Trump are like an old couple fighting. Yeah, they are. Okay, excuse me, y'all. I actually can read. I'm just struggling today for some reason. Yeah, right up, boy. I'm with you 100%. Yeah, he is crazy. And yeah, that should have been enough. I agree. Trump and LeVar Ball, this is like the fight. I'm over it now. Last week it was cute. I don't want to see any more of them doing anything. LeVar feels entitled. This is my kiddo too saying LeVar feels entitled and is very delusional as well as narcissistic. I cannot argue with not one word of that. Let's see here. Oh, now I went too far. Y'all are really, let's see in the comments today. Hold up here. Okay. Okay. I would not give up my education for that foolishness. Yeah, exactly, my kiddo. And I think that that's the thing, for a lot of people, they would look at being able to get into UCLA as an opportunity, an educational opportunity of a lifetime. Let's see. So yeah, I do feel like these are just it's a family of entitled brats, and who knows what's going to happen with them, but they are annoying. Hazel's Reptiles says, hello, sweetie, new here. Thanks, love. Okay, so yeah, y'all, please, let's all support everybody who's in here. All these people have some wonderful, awesome channels. Rido Boy says, LeVar seems to control his son's life. What about what they want? You are right about that, Rido Boy. I don't even know if these boys even want to play in the NBA, but shit, if your dad buys you a Lamborghini when you're 16, you probably do whatever the hell he says to do, I would be, interested to know, like, maybe one of them is interested in music. Maybe, another one wants to go into politics or something. I don't know. But what I do think is, even if they do truly want to pursue basketball for themselves, he's got to get out of their way, because his mouth is going to turn people off to them. Nobody really has anything against his sons. His sons haven't done anything, but LeVar's mouth is so much that I think that it's going to make people want to close doors for his sons that they otherwise might be able to get into had they not had to put up with the foolishness that is LeVar Ball. So anyway, Thunderbuddy says, you're spot on, girl. Amen. Well, I don't know what you're agreeing with, but I agree with you. Right on. Hazel's Reptiles says, amen. Okay, and she subbed Thunderbuddy. Cool. Cool profile pic. I do like that pic, too. Hey, Frida. Okay, Frida Bailey, y'all. She has a channel, too. She has a gaming channel. She does a lot of lives, plays a lot of good music. Sub to her channel too. We're all subbing to each other. We got a very diverse group of channels in here today. So please show her some love too. Let's see here. Hazel says, "Aw," she says, "You're so gorgeous, girl. Beautiful hair." Thank you very much. I appreciate it. TW23, like I said. I'm glad you could join this week too. And she has an awesome beauty channel, so y'all sub her. And I see y'all are subbing each other, so I really do appreciate that. I'm just glad to see the love and support going back and forth. Okay, they sing Boogie Fever. Okay, okay. I'm almost embarrassed to tell y'all who my first childhood crush is. Okay, it's not that I had a thing for older men, but I had a thing for funny men. And when I was in 5th grade, I had the biggest crush on David Letterman. I know that a lot of people think he's just a funny looking guy, but I just thought he was so funny, and he was like the first guy that I just like fell in love with on TV. And so anyway, yeah, David Letterman. And Matthew, he hates to hear that because he thinks that David Letterman is so ugly, my fiance, and he's like, well, if you like him, why do you like me? He's like, what does that say about me? How do you think that makes me feel? So he just thinks I like ugly guys. But I did have a huge crush on David Letterman. I'm embarrassed to admit that. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna go on and go to the next topic. So again, we're sticking with the theme of y'all let me know who y'all celebrity crushes are in between these topics, and y'all let me know your y'all's missung song lyrics. Thunderbuddy told us that he thought Jimi Hendrix was saying, "Excuse me while I kiss this guy." That's gold. That's gold. Okay, so the next topic comes to us. It's going to be brief, but it comes to us courtesy of my kiddo too, who's in here in the live today. She always has some awesome information for us, but just kind of when I was done with the topics at the end of last week, and it was my kiddo too. I think it was like me and her and Rido Boy. We were kind of just in here just kicking it. And she, I asked if they had any other stuff that they wanted to talk about, and we kind of like talked some blog topics, like not really new stuff. And she asked me what did I think about Sade's son, and I'm like, well, I know that she has a daughter. I didn't know she had a son, so I don't know, what about her son. And so then she told me that her son became her daughter became her son. And I'm like, what? I'm like, so what are you telling me that girl who looks just like Sade, that she's transsexual now? And so she was like, yeah. So she told me to look it up, and I did. And she's right. So just quickly, I think that her name is pronounced, and if I'm pronouncing it wrong, y'all put a phonetic spelling in the comments for me. I think it's Michaela Adu. That's Sade's only daughter. She is in the process of becoming her son, and I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't know if I should be using the he pronoun instead of the she pronoun right now. But anyway, again, shout out to Kiddo 2 for this information. Apparently, Michaela, if that's correct, if that's the way that her name is pronounced, she's always identified as lesbian, but she has undergone some transformations to make her look more masculine. And on her IG, her Instagram in October, she announced that she's going through with the breast removal surgery. Some people just call it top surgery, but and I don't know if there's going to be a name change that will come along with it. It probably is. There usually is. So yeah, that was news to me. I don't have like anything else on it. I just looked it up and there you have it. So I don't have a lot to say about that. So I'll just quickly go back to your comments, see if y'all have any thoughts on that, or did y'all already know? Because like I said, y'all know I'm usually one of the last people to know. If I don't see it on Twitter, it didn't happen. But yeah, thank you for letting me know that, for letting us know that, because I sure as heck was in the dark about that one, my kiddo too. So let's see here. Okay, so we've got some hearts and love. I'm loving this. And y'all are speaking to each other. I won't go into those, but oh, right up voices. Thanks for the sub, even though I don't have any videos or plan to have any. Okay, well, shoot, you're off to a better start than a lot of YouTubers already, right up, boy. Thunderbuddy says, David Letterman, you were getting all hot during that top 10 list. LMAO. Thunderbuddy. Okay, I love having you in here. Let's see, like, I was never, okay, here's my thing, like, I was never really into boys. Not to say that I was into girls or anything, but Lenny Kravitz was probably my next crush, and he's a legitimate, good-looking man. And I wasn't, like, really crushing on him till I got in high school, you know. But, like, I crushed on Seinfeld, too, because he was funny, but I crushed on Lenny Kravitz because he was hot. That man looked so good to me, okay? So yeah, I do have, you know, some taste, but I love a top 10 list, I won't even lie. Okay, so Frida sub to everybody, thank you. I didn't know that, Ty. Wow, so Frida didn't know about Sade's son either, so my kiddo too, thank you for bringing that information to us. And TW23, wow, I didn't know that. I wonder how Sade feels. Okay. And my kiddo too says he seems happier now and Sade accepts him. Okay, so that's good because, you know, we do hear a lot of stories about just LGBT kids in general who try to come out to their parents, and, you know, sometimes their parents don't accept them, and, you know, these kids have a high suicide rate, a high homelessness rate, you know, dads usually, but sometimes moms, you know, end up disowning these kids. So I am glad to hear that that Sade accepts it. And y'all keep those celebrity crushes going and the song lyrics going, the misunderstood song lyrics. I know that me and Thunderbuddy are not the only ones who had a song lyric or two wrong in their days. The "excuse me while I kiss this guy." That's hilarious. I know y'all have some too, so give me those misunderstood song lyrics. Don't hold out on us. Hold on. Okay, so Laura Green. I'm gonna get into her. We talked about her last week. She is the one who made the sexual misconduct allegations against the Texas Representative Blake Farenthold that we talked about, and that was that Politico report that we talked about last week. He's the one who used the $84,000 supposedly, allegedly, and taxpayer money to settle the claim that you know, her sexual misconduct claim. And so now we're hearing a little bit more of her story. She came out and did an interview with Anderson Cooper, and it seems like what's happened to her since she came out and made those accusations against her former boss might answer the question that some people so many people tend to have against women. They always ask, when they wait years to come out, well, why didn't she say anything? Or what took her so long? Why didn't she say something when it happened? So maybe knowing a little bit of what happened with her will help people to understand why some women wait so long. And I'm not saying that everybody always tells the truth, but sometimes, when women do tell the truth, there's a reason that they wait so long, and maybe they need to feel support from other people before they can come out. Because what this woman is basically saying is that she was blackballed out of her job and her career after she filed those complaints against Farenthold. And we know that he paid her off with the $84,000 in taxpayer money, but over the course of a lifetime or even a few years, she had been in that position for 5 years. What is $84,000 really? You know what I'm saying? And so when she went from being his intern to the director of communications in the span of 5 years. So here she is straight out of college. This is the only career that she ever had. We talked about the little disgusting things that he was doing and saying to her. And after she filed the complaint, she's the one who could not land another permanent job in D.C. in the career that she went to school for, that she interned for, that she, worked her way up to. She's had a string of temp jobs since then, but nothing substantial. She's the one who's labeled as a troublemaker. And now, when she's out there, pounding the pavement, basically trying to go and get a job, she can't find employment. So speaking out is not always just this black and white issue, like stupid ass Geraldo was saying, last week, that these women should be filing their reports in a timely manner. Like, what the fuck does that mean? So anyway, you make the complaint, but then men still dominate your industry. And so a lot of women, they shut up just so they can keep food on their tables, So, yeah, I kind of understand why some women don't always just come out, and say what needs to be said right away. It puts them in a bad position, unless you're 100% sure that you've got someone who's in your corner, who's going to back you in your next career move, that you even have a next career move after you speak. Maybe that's why, this woman is more than qualified to have a job in Capitol Hill, but she doesn't now because she spoke out against her employer. It's still going to be other men, more than likely, who are going to be in the final reviewing process of your application. And if they see, well, she made a complaint, we joke around, we slap a woman on the ass. Is she going to be trying to sue us? That's kind of how these things get looked at sometimes. Not all the time. Again, yeah, some women lie. But for the ones who don't, that's probably why they don't always speak up. So anyway, I just wanted to share that part of her story. And I'm going to get to what your comments are before we get on to the nasty boys. We got a lot of them. So let's see here. Frida Bailey says her crush was Morris Chestnut. Okay, yeah, and that's a good one. A lot of people still crush on Morris Chestnut, and he has not aged much. I'm going to tell you something, Frida. I never saw Boys in the Hood, not in its entirety. But I watched him on, he had a show. Wasn't he on that show with Patti LaBelle called Out All Night? I've seen him early on in his career. And to look at him then and now, he still looks very much the same. And he's a good-looking guy. So, yeah, that's an understandable crush. I'm trying to think of some other crushes that I've had, because he was probably one of my crushes for a while. I've always just thought he was really attractive. Let's see. TW23 says, oh, okay, that's good to know. Okay, talking about Sade's son. Sade accepting her son. My kiddo too said it's hard to be compared to your mother all the time. Yeah, and my kiddo too, that's funny that you say that, because really the only time I had ever seen a picture of her was when people were saying how much she looked exactly like Sade. They're like, oh my gosh, she looks just like her mom. She was like kind of dressed like her in this denim outfit, with the long ponytail kind of to the side, very much in a very similar pose to one of Sade's old pictures. And so, yeah, I bet that is hard, especially like when your mom is a living legend, Dee Dee says, D-Light, groove is in the heart. I thought they were saying groove is in the house. Okay, that's not so bad, and that at least that one makes sense. Groove is in the house. So yeah, I could understand that. I used to love that song. DJ Soul was on a roll. I've been told it can't be so. It's not vicious or malicious, just lovely and delicious. Okay, anyway, I used to love that song. Good one. But yeah, at least your misunderstood lyric makes sense, because mine didn't. Let's see. M1 Uno. That is my fiance. I love him. He says, "You're doing so good, babe. Yes, your big white man is here watching. And yes, you mess with my confidence and your taste in white men. LOL, love you." So yeah, we had this discussion. He just does not understand what I ever saw in David Letterman. And he thinks our male dog that he took in and rescued, he's always thought that he was ugly, and I always say how handsome our dog is. So he just thinks that I have no taste in the opposite sex whatsoever. He says, "My beautiful Nubian queen." Oh, I love you, Matthew. Or I don't want to call him Matthew. I'll call him M1 Uno. I love you too. Thank you for watching. TW23 says, "I agree. Speaking out has consequences always." Yeah, and it's so sad. It seems like it should just be such a cut and dry issue. Someone did me wrong. I made a complaint. You found out he was wrong. I should be, if anything, yeah, I should be promoted, and you should be putting me over some department in human resources to see that this doesn't happen again. But it's almost always a bad thing for the woman or the accused to speak out. And I won't just say the woman, and we'll get into that a little bit later as to why. My kiddo too says, "I'm waiting for Trump to resign." That man is never going to give up power, girl. All I can say is don't hold your breath, because he is not giving up any kind of power. I think we'd all like that in an ideal world, but it's not happening. My kid says Al Franken should not have to resign. Oh wait, hold up. TW23 says, "My crush was Chris Brown until the Rihanna incident. LOL, I feel so young." You are so young, and there's nothing wrong with being young. Oh yeah, I had a little crush on Chris Brown too when he first came out. I was telling everybody that was my little young boyfriend, but that was also before he beat Rihanna. That kind of the whole beating the fuck out of women is not really so attractive to me. So, yeah, I lost my little taste for him. He's a good-looking guy, great dancer, really talented, but oh well, I don't crush on him anymore. And he looks like shit now. He needs to leave those drugs alone, because his face is so sunken in. I hate to see him looking the way he's looking now. Thunder Buddy says, oh yeah, okay, my kid too says Al Franken should not have to resign. I don't even know at this point. I feel like everybody damn needs to resign. Let's just start all over and and just a clean slate, because there's too much stuff coming out on everybody now. Thunder Buddy says, "Probably my oddest crush is Ann Curry." Oh, but no, that's not. She's older and was not trying to be sexy, but I was hot for her. I don't think that that's an odd crush at all, because I think she's a really pretty woman. Now, I don't know how old you are, Thunder Buddy. She's much, much older than you, but I've always thought that she's very attractive. My kiddo too says, "Go Ty." Okay, I don't know why I'm getting looks like cartwheels, or what. Why am I getting that? My kiddo too, you telling me go Ty with it looks like some celebration cartwheels. I can't see what's going on. Dee Dee says, "Ice Cube with the Jerry curl." You had a crush on Ice Cube with the Jerry curl? Jerry curl Cube. I think a lot of women did, though. Ice Cube just has that, I don't know, that gangster swag, that maybe that's what the women are seeing about him. My kid, David Letterman has grown a beard and looks like Santa Claus. I know, I saw that. I saw that picture of him out running in some park in New York or something, looking like Santa Claus and looking very happy. And I was just happy for him, still a little, jealous of his wife or whatever. But no, I like him with his beard. I like how he looks with it. He actually, in my opinion, honestly, looks more attractive than he used to. I never thought that. I know that he's not the most physically attractive person. I know, but I still did crush on the man. Let's see. My kiddo too says I'm not a fan of. My kiddo, I'm not a fan of Al Franken, but I agree. Thought he got too much shame for his issues. Okay, that's what Thunder Buddy's saying in regard to Al Franken not having to resign. Right Up Boy says I don't want Trump to go. I can't deal with Pence. Yeah, see, that's the only thing. So Trump goes, and then so what? We have Pence. I don't, I think, I don't know. I just think our best bet is that everybody has to go. Like, we need an overthrow. But okay, so no, I don't want to get shut down for being an anarchist or something. But yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with Pence either. Honestly, my kiddo says I liked Al. He's done a lot for his state and America in general. And yeah, it's sad. It's messed up. But I just, oh y'all, politics is such an ugly thing. It's a really, really ugly thing. Thunderbuddy says, girl, we're in the same age box. I just got there a little sooner than you did. Oh, okay. Okay, well then that's not... Okay, Ann Curry's 61. She's a good-looking 61. Right Up Boy says, Chris Brown just put out a 45-song album, and now he's saying and now he's saying he has another one on the way. Someone take the drugs away now. For real, 45 songs, that's a lot. Yeah, and I remember talking about that in one of my lives probably over a month ago, maybe one of my first ones that I actually came on the screen. But I like that song, Party. I'll admit that, and I do actually like the video because I love the dancing. Usher's in that video, and some other rapper, I don't know, that whoever the rapper was, he wasn't dancing, but I love the video, and what I love about it, like, there's a lot of Asian kids in it at the beginning, and it's like just a lot of people like doing like house party dancing, and it's not like just ass shaking and titties showing, like they're just in there like just dancing their asses off, and it's such a good video. And I am a dancer too, y'all. That was my second major in school. I was in a professional dance company for a few years, ballet, modern, jazz, that kind of thing. But I appreciate good dancing, and Chris Brown is a really good dancer. I was about to say Chris Rock, Lord help. Chris Brown is a really good dancer, but I love that video for Party. So if y'all want to check out one of the 45 songs on his album, I would say Party is good. It's the only one I've actually heard, but gosh, that video, the dancing in that video is so good, and Usher still dances quite well. Whether he has herpes or not, I don't know. But the man can still cut quite a rug. So anyway, we'll go on and get to the next topic. But keep those missung song lyrics. Thank y'all for both of those entries. Tell me what else y'all misunderstood. Grooves in the house. That's not so bad at all compared to me with my stupid man eater. Watch out, boy, she'll cheer you up. That was just dumb, but I was just a stupid little, like I said, 6-year-old or something, so I didn't know any better. So anyway, keep those coming. The celebrity crush is coming. Keep those coming, and let's get on to the next topic. Nasty boys. Don't ever change. Oh, you nasty boys. Anyway, okay, showing my age again. Y'all know I love Janet. And girls, shout out to Thunder Buddy, because remember last week you were talking about how you hadn't heard too many things coming out about women. And I told you that I did mention the one story about the lady who was in a position of power at Rolling Stone who made some sexual advances to the man. I had also, I think before you ever started coming on my lives, did a story about Mariah Carey. There were some allegations against her from one of her former bodyguards, basically, or security detail guys, who was saying that she basically made some sexual advances towards him that he was not comfortable with. But that's in one of my older videos, but I did talk about that too. So those are the only 2 women that I can think of. I haven't seen any new allegations come up against women, but just hang in there. We're going to see some, because like I said, it's not just old white men who are out here sexually harassing and assaulting women. Like I said, it's going to be men of color. It's going to be women, and sure enough, that's already started to happen. So before we get too deep into the topic of it, let's go back to Danny Masterson, who we talked about either last week or the week before last. We talked about him because he was the other Netflix employee who we were kind of juxtaposing against Kevin Spacey, who got fired immediately after the allegations came against him about, groping and sexually harassing men on the set. But when the allegations came out against Danny Masterson for actually outright raping women, Netflix didn't fire him right away from that show called The Ranch, which I'm not familiar with that show, The Ranch, and I told y'all, but I'm familiar with Danny Masterson from that 70s show. He played the character Hyde, is what they called him, but I think it was Stephen Hyde. But anyway, that's the only way that I knew him. So anyway, and Thunder Buddy and I were talking about how probably it just came down to the fact that it's a double standard because Spacey, maybe the network just didn't want to deal with any gay stuff, so to speak, and they felt a little bit more comfortable with Masterson's accusations because it was a man against a woman. But anyway, Netflix did finally go in and release him, like they released Kevin Spacey from House of Cards. Netflix seemed to be dragging their feet with Danny Masterson. His character is called Rooster on that show, The Ranch, and like I said, I'm not familiar with the show, but Netflix did finally come down on him this week and announced his firing, and they were saying that he's written out of all the upcoming episodes of that show after now 4 women have accused him of rape, and all these women said that this happened in the early 2000s, and at least one of his alleged victims, and I'm saying alleged because he's saying that it's not true, did file a police report back in 2004. So he maintains his innocence, and he says that he's looking forward to clearing his name. And again, there were also thoughts that Scientology money and power were behind him and were keeping him safe, but I guess not after all, or they were only able to do it for so long. And we even discussed, like I said, the possible double standard that he might have been protected because the network was just more comfortable with his accusations because they didn't have homosexuality involved like Kevin Spacey's accusations did. I'm going to turn on a lamp because we still have a lot more to get into, and we're only an hour into this, but it's getting dark. So let me get some light going so that y'all don't see, all that y'all will be able to see is just my teeth in a second here. But before I do that, let me go on and get to what y'all are saying about this. Let's see here. Oh, right, it was it took you a week to get through Chris Brown's 45 song album. I believe that, yeah. Let's see here. Okay, TW23 says she loves Party 2 from Chris Brown. I love that song. But yeah, Chris does a lot. He does. I'm tired of seeing how he's harassing that Karuchi girl, whatever, Karuchi, whatever her last name is. I'm tired of him seeing how she's treating her. He does not seem to be over her at all. I don't know if he's over Rihanna, but anyway, the child has some issues, that's for sure. TW23 says, oh, I didn't know that. Wow, I always wanted to be a dancer, but I'm not graceful, LOL, or smooth. That's funny, yeah. Something that I got into rather late in life, but yeah, and I love dance, but anyway, my Thunder Buddy says you should post some clips. I agree. Dancing sometimes is worth it, even if the music is not your thing. I'll find some clips and I'll post them on my YouTube. I had so many clips in my old phone, but I'm sure I can pull some videos from my Facebook and I can post them. Y'all can see me getting my dance on. Let's see here. Rido Boy says there's probably more ones about the women than we've heard, but they do seem to be going after men, which is almost like a witch hunt. But of course, then where there is smoke, there is fire. That is true. That is true. Yeah, you know what? I can't do anything. You sum that up perfectly. My kiddo too says it's crazy that all these allegations are going on. Is it the war on men? Shaking my damn head. Hey, I think that that's kind of what these men are wanting to know too, and they're definitely feeling like there's, a war against them. Um, Thunder Buddy says, "Oh, I have to get off here. Thank you again so much for the combo and talking about tough subjects. Here's some Alicia from me to you. No mistake, the meaning. Much love. Cause a real man knows a real woman when he sees her, and a real man just can't deny a woman's worth. Hugs and love. See you next time." Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I was actually thinking you were gonna give us a misunderstood song lyric there, but I still appreciate that one. And I won't bother trying to sing it and chop it up. But yeah, I do agree, my kiddo, that Chris is bipolar. Let me turn on a light so y'all can see me because it's getting dark here. Hang on just a second. Ooh. Let's see. So you're going to get a shadow now, but you'll be able to see me. Can y'all see me better? Okay. Hey, okay, I'm back. So, let's go on and get into the next topic. Oh, y'all like my soccer socks? Can y'all see them? Okay, anyway, let's get into the next topic. Keep those coming. The missung song lyrics. We have "Groove is in the House" by Dee Dee, and we have "Excuse Me While I Kiss This Guy" from Thunder Buddy, who gave us a peace out. Thanks for chilling with us, Thunder Buddy. So let's go on and get to the next topic, which is, gotta pull up my notes. Oh, Billy Bush. Okay, let me get a sip of my water before I go on to Mr. Billy. Okay, so last week we talked about the 20 women who came out accusing our President Trump of sexual misconduct in some form or fashion. And I guess after that story was highlighted, Trump started indulging in revisionist history, according to Billy Bush, and saying that he was not the one who we heard on that Access Hollywood tape with Billy Bush. So Billy Bush basically says he was forced to speak out. Apparently Trump has said to at least one U.S. senator that the voice that was on that Access Hollywood tape was not his voice. And yes, the grab him by the pussy tape that we all heard. So Billy Bush saying basically, "Trump, I can't let you slide. You said you didn't say that, but stop playing." Like you're playing too much here. Bush wrote, Billy Bush wrote an op-ed piece in the New York Times, and among other things, he made it clear that Donald Trump, not someone else, he was the voice that we heard on that tape saying of women that you can grab them by the pussy. Bush admits to laughing at the joke, or what he thought was a joke at the time, and he says that there were 7 men on the bus. And at that time that happened, I forgot what year he said it was, and I forgot to write the year down. I think it was 2005. He said that The Apprentice was the biggest cash cow on NBC, had the biggest ratings, and so everybody was basically kind of kissing Trump's ass to make him happy, whatever it took, and if that meant laughing at his stupid, jokes, then fine, they'll do that. And now he doubts that anyone knew then that they were, dealing with the future president of the United States of America. And it wasn't until he read some of the accounts of Trump's 20 accusers that we went over last week that he realized that the whole "you can just kiss him because you're a celebrity and grab him by the pussy" weren't really jokes at all, that's really kind of what his real behavior is. It was an interesting enough piece. I would say read it if you have time. He had some other interesting points, but basically Billy Bush was just saying he felt obligated to come out and write, to tell the truth to Americans, so that Americans would know, and probably so that he himself could sleep a little bit better at night, being the father of 3 teenage daughters himself. So that's that on Billy Bush and what he had to say about President Trump. Let me see. Okay, doesn't appear to be any new comments in there. So again, if y'all have any celebrity crushes y'all want to talk about, let's talk about it. If y'all have any misunderstood song lyrics, I want to hear those too. Billy Bush has several daughters. Yeah, as I understand, my kiddo too, he has 3 daughters. So, and I don't care if you only have 1 daughter or 0 daughters and 12 sons. You should still want right to come out. Right is right and wrong is wrong, regardless of what gender your children are. That's kind of the way I see it. So, next, let's go on to John Conyers, who my kiddo too in here knows somewhat on a personal level because her dad worked with him, but he is resigning from his post in Congress. We talked about him. He is the civil rights icon who Nancy Pelosi was all up his ass, basically saying that he shouldn't have to resign from his post, and we should, let this whole investigation go through because he's a civil rights icon. And so, yeah, we talked about him, and he's made some inappropriate moves with taxpayer money as well, and was accused, at least, of flying in women that he was cheating with, having affairs with, using taxpayer money for that kind of stuff, for his affairs with his floozies. And so, anyway, he's resigning from his post in Congress, and he made the announcement on a Detroit radio station through a phoned-in interview. He is the civil rights icon, which nobody will let us forget that. And he held office. He's been in office for 53 years, you guys, and he's retiring after the claims of sexual misconduct against him. And there were also claims of verbal assault and misuse of taxpayer funds. He is the longest serving acting member of Congress. And when he was interviewed on the Mildred Gladys show in Detroit, that's where he announced his retirement. He was asked if his retirement is going to tarnish his legacy. And he said that no, it will not. That his legacy can't be compromised or diminished from what's going on, from what's happening now. And I was just like, if that's not egomania at its finest, I don't know what is. Like, yeah, it's gonna tarnish your legacy. You started out as a civil rights, giant, and got the reputation of civil rights icon bestowed on you, and you're leaving as a nasty old dirty man. So yeah, that tarnishes your legacy a little bit. And so anyway, that was the thing on that. And he says his legacy is just going to be fine, and it will live through his children. So yeah, brother, okay, if that's how you think it's gonna end and it's gonna be all good, then whatever helps you sleep at night. Anyway, so I want to see what y'all are saying. That's it about Mr. John Conyers. And like I always say on here, I like to keep it fair and balanced. So if you don't like what I'm saying about the Democrats, just hold on and I'll be saying something about the Republicans soon. Y'all said that Billy Bush has several daughters. Okay, and Billy is related to the former President Bushes. Yeah, I know that he's one of those Bushes. Yeah, Billy is a very connected young man. My kiddo too. TW23 says, I was about to say his legacy is tarnished. SMH, so sad. It is sad, sad for him. My kiddo too says, poor John. Of course he's gonna say that though. He don't know what else to say. Yeah, I guess that's true. TW23. I mean, I guess, yeah, is anyone really going to say, well, my legacy's been tarnished? Has any man said anything along those lines yet? Because it's almost like these men won't admit that anything, bad is happening. Dee Dee says, John B., white R&B singer, are you still down featuring Tupac? Okay, that was one of your crushes, Dee Dee, John B. I used to like that song. And he had another song that I liked. What was like what was that his first hit? John B had another song that I really liked, and I can't remember what it was. Um, okay, my kiddo says nope. Okay, now I'm lost. I don't know why you said nope. Righto Boy says, did you know that the Bush family had connection to the Nazis? My mind was blown when I found that out. I didn't know that, but nothing surprises me at all, Righto Boy, with how these political people are connected and with whom they are connected, and like what companies and other governmental entities. Nothing surprises me with government people anymore. My kiddo too says, I guess to save face. Yeah, I guess that is. I mean, I can't expect him to just go out and say, yeah, I really screwed this up. Oh boy, I wouldn't expect to hear him say, in a radio interview, yeah, that's 53 years of my life just wasted, So I guess, he kind of said what we expected him to say. Maybe I'm being a little bit too hard on the man, but he didn't need to be using his position to I'm laughing because I see a comment from Miracop Films. Hello, and I will get to your comment later. How are you doing? Y'all say hi to Miracop Films. He has a channel too. Subscribe to his channel. He's a filmmaker. He does beer reviews, and he's in Ireland, I believe. Or is it Scotland? Oh, I hate that I get those mixed up. But anyway, subscribe to his channel too. He's awesome. Okay, Roy Moore, the Republican Alabama Senate candidate who has had multiple women accuse him of sexual misconduct when they were teens and he was in his 30s. We talked about him before. It's probably been 2 weeks now, maybe 3 weeks. Well, Trump is fully endorsing him. And President Trump recorded an audio for robocalls that are supposed to go out starting today, 2 days before they had their election on Tuesday. And the polls are showing Moore ahead, 4 points as of now. But those polls are premature. So premature, in fact, that Roy Moore wants to fuck him. Allegedly. That's a joke about him, molesting children. So anyway, now I'm not going to say that everybody in Alabama is an idiot, but this is the same state where just about 3 weeks ago, some people were falling for some phony robocalls from a Bernie Bernstein, who was supposed to be working, I think, for the Washington Post, telling people that he was looking for dirt on Roy Moore and he was willing to pay for it. So never underestimate the power of a robocall. We'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens with the outcome of this election, but it's going to be interesting to watch. Kind of looks like maybe Roy Moore does have it on lock, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll watch. We'll wait. We'll see what happens. Let me see what y'all are saying in the comments. TW23 says maybe it don't listen to what people say. They don't. Oh, that's it. Don't listen to what people say. They don't know about you and me. Put it out your mind, 'cause it's jealousy. They don't know about this sin. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. I thought you were commenting on something we were talking about. I'm like, man. And then okay, so anyway, thank you. That's it. That's the one. Thank you very much. Now I gotta look that up on YouTube and listen to that again. Miracle Films asked, did I know that Trump is related to leprechauns? And I didn't know that, but like I said, nothing surprises me, and maybe that's why his hands are so tiny. So, hey, anything is possible. Nothing surprises me with these politicians. Right away, got a laugh out of that too. That's funny. Leprechauns. Roy is in denial and probably will be elected soon. It does seem like that, my kiddo. It's really just sad and disgusting how much people are willing to just put aside, just for the sake of the party or for the sake of not being wrong, about your party. Like I said, there's some disgusting people on both sides of the aisle But it does seem like the left or the Democrats or the liberals are a little bit more willing to actually, some are more willing to actually deal with their heathens and treat them like heathens more so than on the right. It seems like the Republicans, the conservatives, the right wing, they have more of a tendency to try to just cover for the people in their party who are doing wrong. And it happens on both sides, don't get me wrong, because like I said, Nancy Pelosi and the way that she dealt with Conyers was very much the way it seems like Republicans in general seem to deal with their people who are doing wrong. So I don't like it. It's a dirty business. Politics is dirty. I used to enjoy studying politics, but it's a dirty thing. Right Up Boy says, I think Dems will have let, I think the Dems have let Roy win. I think the Dems have let Roy win explicitly as the send racist letters to black voters thinking it wasn't racist. Okay, wait, I'm misunderstanding something. The Democrats have let Roy win explicitly and send as they send racist letters to black voters thinking it wasn't racist. Okay, I'm not understand. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to. Sometimes like I can, like I can get through the typos or whatever, but I'm not. Somebody explain it because I don't want to overlook any of the comments. So I want to understand what that is. Don't forget though, before I go to the next topic, your celebrity crushes. Give me your celebrity crushes in the comments, and also give me your misunderstood song lyrics. I know that we have more than me and Dee Dee and Thunder Buddy who misunderstood a song or two in our life. Okay, so now we're on to Warren Moon. You guys, he won't be calling the game for the Seattle Seahawks today, or right now. It's probably going on right now. But anyway, he won't be on there. He won't be calling that game. The former NFL quarterback for the Houston Oilers and the Vikings and a few other teams had some sexual misconduct allegations made against him this week. His assistant filed a lawsuit against him claiming sexual harassment and sexual battery. And so he's taking a leave of absence from his role as the Seattle on the Seattle Seahawks radio broadcast. And Wendy Haskell, she asked that her name be made public. That's the assistant who's suing him. Says that Moon made unwanted and unsolicited sexual advances towards her while she was his assistant at Sports One Marketing. And among the claims that she says that he wanted her to submit to, the things that he wanted her to do, were sleeping in the same bed with him on business trips. She says that he wanted her to provide him unfettered access to the bedroom every time she showered. And he wanted her to wear skimpy lingerie while they were in their single room. And he required that she get approval of her wardrobe beforehand, before they would make business trips. And she says on one business trip in particular to Cabo that he slipped something in her drink and admitted to it and said that he did it because she didn't look like she was having enough fun. And she also says that on the same trip that he pulled her bathing suit off of her while they were on the beach, even though she asked him not to. She also says that on another trip to Seattle that he grabbed her crotch while she was sleeping, which I guess would be easy enough for them to do if he's requiring that she sleep in the same bed with him. And she says that after rejecting one of his advances, that he emailed her that, quote, if she had problems with his demands, he would find someone else who didn't have inhibitions about the job. The lawsuit says that the Cabo incidents happened after she filed a complaint with her employer. After she filed that complaint, she was demoted and in a position with a smaller salary. So she felt like she was the one being punished after she made the complaints about what he was doing to her. And so again, this is why don't these women say something sooner? That question again, you guys, here's somebody who did make a report in a timely manner. This woman was just hired in July of this year. So it seems like her complaints have been filed in a timely manner, yet she is the one who's being punished. And not saying that Warren Moon did it or not. All of this is alleged, of course, until, something happens in a court of law. But she did say that she, is having to take a salary cut after making these accusations or filing a complaint with her company, and they're still, still sending her to Cabo to stay in a room with him, So anyway, this is not Warren Moon's first time being accused of sexual misconduct. In May of 1995, when he was a quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, a cheerleader accused him of offering her cash for sex. And it seems like he did make that offer, but whatever, that case was settled out of court. And then 2 months later, his wife, Felicia, had him arrested in Houston, where they were living in Houston, because he made, a good part of his career as a Houston Oiler. But anyway, his wife claimed that he struck her on the head and choked her in their Houston home. Now, he was acquitted of that later because his wife admitted that she initiated the violence. She never said that he didn't do it, but she did say that she started it. So for now, he has replacements on his job. He maintains his innocence, so we shall see. They both are lawyered up. We'll see what happens. Let me see what y'all are saying about this one. Hold on here. Let's see. Larry Nasser. Okay, what are y'all saying? Okay, my kiddo says African Americans only make up 14% of the U.S. population, right? Oh boy. And then my kiddo says, yikes. Okay, I guess you're saying yikes about the, oh yeah, this stuff that Warren Moon is doing. And that's crazy. They wait till they're 70 and older to shout to the rooftops. It's a disgrace. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, Right Up Voice says, yeah, but the Dems have a harder time winning without the black vote, so sending racist letters to them won't help Doug Jones in Alabama. Oh, okay, so that, okay, I see. Okay, got it. Yeah, Democrats do need the black vote, but it can't be just the black vote, and that's for sure. So I see what both of you are saying there. Miracle Film says, just been on the news live now that Baby Groot was abused by all the actors in the last film. So mad at this. Who is that? Miracle? Do y'all know? Okay, what is that? I'm so lost. I don't know who that is, or what I don't know a lot of my pop culture. If I hadn't seen on Twitter, I don't know what it is. My kiddo too says at some point you have to use your common sense. Sometimes common sense is not so common. Okay, so I guess you're saying you're referring to the assistant. Because, yeah, like, there was a big part of me that was thinking, why does she continue to go on these trips, with him, knowing that, your sleeping arrangements are, you're going to be in a bed with him. You're not even, like, in a hotel room that has double beds. Like, and not that even that would be acceptable. So, I agree, but we'll still see how this plays off. But, yeah, to have to sleep in the same bed with your boss is not where it's at. So yeah, some common sense is always in order too. I can't disagree with that. My kiddo too. So again, y'all, misunderstood song lyrics and your celebrity crushes. Let me know who they are while I get ready for the next topic and get another sip of my water. Whew. And we're going to keep it in the sports world. Larry Nasser, we talked about him before. He is the gymnast the doctor to the U.S. Olympic gymnastics team, who had more than 130 women and girls come out and accuse him of sexual assault in their medical examinations that he was performing on him. So he was sentenced to 60 years in prison this week. Now, all of these are for child pornography cases. He had 3 counts that he was facing. He was found guilty of all 3 counts, and he got the maximum time for all 3 cases. 20 years was the maximum time, and those will run consecutively, and this is federal time, so he has been sentenced to 60 years. He says that the child porn was a skeleton in his closet, and he tried to be a good person. The judge, Janet Neff, she was not hearing it. She says, and I quote, "He violated the most sacred principle of medicine. First, do no harm." She also said, and I quote, "He should never have access to children again." He apparently, Nasser, is devastated by the sentencing, and he's appealing. He's appealing, y'all. And his criminal cases aren't even over. This was just for the child pornography. He still has 2 more cases that he has to deal with that are regarding sexual abuse cases during medical exams in 2 different counties in Michigan. So it's not over. And a number of the victims and the victims' parents were at the sentencing for the child pornography. And the judge received a lot of victim impact statements begging the judge to give him the maximum sentence. The victim impact statements came from some of the patients who he's sexually assaulted, and as well as some of the children who were in the child pornography that he was watching, who we rarely hear anything from them. So I'm sure that those impact statements did what they were supposed to do and made quite an impact. This clown has over 30, had, I should say now because he's in prison, but had over 37,000 images of child porn on multiple devices. 37,000 images, y'all. So anyway, that's what happened with him. Let me see what y'all are saying, if anything, about him. And thank y'all again for staying with me. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for keeping it going in the chat. Let's see here what y'all are saying. Okay, Miracle Film says Baby Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I don't know what that is. Do y'all know what that is? Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Baby Groot. I don't know who that is or what that is. That means nothing to me, and I'm not being rude. I just don't know. I'm not. Is that like a sci-fi thing or something? I'm lost. I don't know who that is. I don't even know what to say about it. My kiddo 2 says he will die in federal prison. I can't with this idiot. He will have access to Big Bubba. Yeah, and Big Bubba will have access to him for sure. I bet as well. I just that's a lot, y'all. Over 100 girls, gymnasts that we know of, have come out, and then 37,000 images, though. My God, like, that's a sick bastard right there. And he's devastated about the sentencing. Who cares how he feels? That's kind of how I feel. I am over this guy. I cannot with him either. So moving on, perfect transition from the sports world into the entertainment world. Let's very quickly talk about Terry Crews, who we've been keeping up with since he, made his accusation about, the man who groped him. We all know that he finally named his accuser, he named his accused assaulter and actually filed a police report against him. And the man's name is Adam Bennett. He's one of the most powerful talent agents in entertainment. But he's taking it a step further now, and he's actually suing him. And I'm glad to see Terry Crews going full steam ahead, despite the backlash that he's getting, mostly from men, but also some women, and mostly from black men, but also some other races of men too. And I'm beginning to think that he is starting to feel empowered by what he's doing, and I hope that the women who are real victims are watching him closely, and that they'll follow in his footsteps, and do more than just name names, but will actually proceed with cases that go through the courts of law. I think that Terry Crews is probably the most ironic victim of sexual assault that anyone can imagine, because of his size, because of his color, honestly, coupled with his size. This big, black, muscular man, like, who would, accuse someone, who would try it, with someone like that, and I'm not saying just because he's black, but he's this huge, black, muscular man. That's like the ideal defendant, or person who makes a criminal, not the ideal victim that anyone ever has in mind when they think about things that go wrong, especially of any kind of physical nature. So it's very weird, but I'm thankful to see that he's not allowing any kind of hyper masculine image to stop him from pursuing this foul man who violated him. And so he went on and went to the GQ Man of the Year party this week, looking very, very great, might I add. And I'm sure facing a lot of people who work with Adam Bennett, but not being ashamed at all, because, as he said, he has not done anything wrong. And so, like we kind of talked about last week, we're seeing people having to step down from positions and losing money and getting cut out of jobs, but we haven't seen anybody really face any kind of consequences in the court system. So I'm glad to see that, this is how this thing is going. So that's it for him, because we've been talking about him for so many weeks. I just wanted to give y'all that update on him. Let's see what y'all are saying. Mike2 says Russell Simmons asked Terry not to press charges. Yeah, and we talked about that last week too. I think I mentioned that last week or the week before. The week before, actually, yeah. So we know that dirty ass Russell Simmons has had at least 2 women now come out and accuse him of sexually assaulting them. And after Terry made his accusations and named the name of Adam Bennett, who is Eddie Murphy's agent, he is Adam Sandler's agent, he's Sylvester Stallone's agent. Russell Simmons took it upon himself to send Terry Crews an email to tell him basically, hey man, just let it go, let the man get reinstated back at the agency and do his work. And Terry Crews put his ass on blast and copied that email and posted it to his Twitter. I don't know if Terry Crews is on Instagram or not. I follow him on Twitter. But he let people know that, yeah, this, dude is telling me to let it go. And no, I'm not going to let it go. And I'm glad that Terry Crews isn't. Mike2 says pedophiles and rapists, I guess, stick together. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's what it's looking like. And so, Russell Simmons, go somewhere. I want for Terry Crews to keep doing what he's doing. I don't want him to feel ashamed of, speaking out and getting his point heard. The man needs to be heard. I'm sure that was probably the most emasculating thing he ever experienced in his life. So if he wants to talk about it, get it all out there. Now on to Dustin Hoffman. And while I take a sip of my water, don't forget, if y'all have some missung song lyrics y'all misunderstood, share those with us. And your celebrity crushes, who are they? Or your first celebrity crush, or even current celebrity crushes. Share with us. Okay, so Dustin Hoffman, did y'all hear about him this week? This story is from Deadline. So what happened? There was a 20th anniversary screening of Wag the Dog. And as screenings go, the cast was being asked questions from a number of people. And, much to Dustin Hoffman's surprise and chagrin, John Oliver, who I'm sure was totally catching him off guard, brought up the current climate around sexual harassment in show business, and made it a point to mention that he wanted to get around to everyone on the table. And that included Robert De Niro, who was on that panel, and Jane Rosenthal, who was the producer, and Barry Levin, who was the director of Wag the Dog. All 4 of them were on that panel. And but why would this catch Dustin Hoffman by surprise, you ask? Well, we didn't talk about it here, but earlier this fall he had written an apology to a lady named Anna Hunter who had accused him of touching her inappropriately when she was 17, and they were on the set of Death of a Salesman in 1985. And these two men went back and forth for about 30 minutes, you guys. Oliver, who was asking the questions, and Hoffman, who was in the hot seat. And I'll just give you a couple little snippets from that conversation. Oliver said, and I'm quoting all this verbatim, "You've made one statement in print. Does that feel like enough to you?" And he's saying that regarding the apology to this woman who Dustin Hoffman violated. And we can say allegedly, but Dustin Hoffman did apologize, so in a way he did admit that he did it. So, again, Oliver asked, "Does that feel like enough to you?" And Hoffman says, "First of all, it didn't happen the way she reported." Then Oliver honed in on one particular part of the apology. And I'm pulling it up right now. And the part of his apology where Dustin Hoffman said that his actions didn't reflect who he is as a person. And so Oliver says, and I'm quoting again, "It's that part of the response to this stuff that pisses me off. It is reflective of who you were. You've given no evidence to show that it didn't happen. There was a period of time where you were a creeper around women. It feels like a cop-out to say, well, this isn't me. Do you understand how that feels like a dismissal?" And Hoffman replied, "You weren't there." Oliver replied, "I'm glad." Then drops the mic. Now, he didn't drop the mic. Actually, the exchange, like I said, went on for about 30 minutes. And you can pull up the video yourself and see it for yourself. They went at it. And then just 2 days ago, I didn't get into this woman's claims, but 2 days ago, another actress named Catherine Rossiter, who worked with Dustin Hoffman on Broadway, made some very similar claims against him as well. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about your boy Dustin Hoffman, but he was not feeling that interview. Y'all can go and look it up and see for yourselves. It was like they were the only two in the room after a while. They were really going at it, and Dustin Hoffman was looking very uncomfortable at that screening. So my kiddo 2 just says, "Wow." Dee Dee says, "Lena Horne, granddaughter." Oh, is Jenny LeMay? Okay, so the writer who last week accused Russell Simmons of sexual assault is Lena Horne's granddaughter. That's what you're saying, Dee Dee? Okay, I didn't know that, and I could kind of I could get that from her look. She has a semi-black, also racially ambiguous look about herself. And am I saying, I think it's Lumet, I don't think it's Lumet. So that's not very surprising to me, but thank you for sharing, because hey, anytime y'all have any information on any of this stuff that I'm talking about, if y'all have something to add to or something to correct, if I've said something wrong, please feel free to put it in the chat and I will get to it. I will say, those comments. So again, I appreciate y'all for sticking with me. I'm still waiting to hear some more misunderstood song lyrics and who your celebrity crushes are. Your first celebrity crush, your current, it doesn't matter. I want to know. I'm going to shout out to... Okay, thank you. I'm going to shout out to Phil and Derica for this one. Because this was a story that I just mentioned I was going to talk about. But I won't get into it too much. Jeffrey Tambor, who we talked about, was it the week before last? It's so hard to keep up with all of these allegations, you guys. I really can't keep it straight. But Jeffrey Tambor is the one who, the man who plays a trans woman on the show Transparent. is that an Amazon show? Anyway, I know that My Kiddo 2 said that the show had like some critical acclaim, attached to it. That it's gotten like a lot of really good reviews and been nominated for some really sought after awards or whatever. But I had heard that that Jeffrey Tambor, after we had already discussed it, when we discussed the story, he was saying that he was going to have to leave, even though he says that he did not do anything wrong. He just says because of the nature, because of the climate of what's going on today, he couldn't stay on the set. But then a report came out this week out of the Times of Israel. Times of Israel reported 2 days ago that he is not going to leave the show Transparent. But then also 2 days ago and yesterday, the Forward and the Advocate, respectively, reported that he has to leave. And so I'm not going to report on this story until I get some more evidence, some more information. I want for one story to stick for at least 3 days before I talk about this one again. So it could be up in the air. The last that we knew, Jeffrey Tambor was leaving, but now he might be staying, he might be leaving. I don't know. I wish I had more information because I did have people who actually wanted to hear that story, but I can't just come on here and half-ass report something because there were too many sources that were too recent that were saying different things, completely opposite things, so I didn't know what to say. So that's all that I have on the schedule. Do y'all want to talk about anything else? Was there some like blog-like stuff that y'all want to talk about? More entertainment-related stuff, less newsy, less political, or whatever? Because like last week, it was fun. My Kiddo 2 brought up asking if Brandy was pregnant, which I don't know, but we talked a little bit about that, and that's when she brought up Sade's son, which I didn't know Sade's daughter was now Sade's son. But anything y'all want to talk about, anything y'all want to discuss, thank you all for staying with me. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up. Thank you for commenting in this live chat. Thank you for interacting with each other and subscribing to each other's channels. I appreciate y'all so much. Let's see here. Okay, my Kiddo did confirm that Transparent is on Amazon and it has won a lot of Emmys. Okay, I remember you telling me something along those lines, but it's so hard to keep up with, People's Choice, Emmys, whatever, all those awards. Dee Dee says, Maury Povich, past and now older hot man. You know what? Maury Povich is not bad looking. I just don't appreciate the content of his show anymore, so I can't take him seriously. But he's not bad looking. Let me think. Okay. So let's talk about our crushes. Okay. Here's one that I'm like, okay, my Kiddo 2 says Cardi B is nominated for a Grammy. Yeah, she was, okay, from what I saw, she was nominated for 2 Grammys, for Song of the Year, and maybe something like for Writer, a Writer of the Year. So I think that at the very least, she should get Song of the Year for Bodak Yellow. I mean, like, whether you like it or not or whatever, that song was everywhere. It's still kind of everywhere. So I do think that that she deserves to win that one for sure. I don't know if she wrote it herself. Yeah, there's been so many rumors circulating about whether or not she has a ghostwriter, which I don't know or care. Her song is hot, and I think it's kind of undeniable that was, the song of the year. Like, you can't say it wasn't, whether you liked it or not. Let's see, what else? Okay, for writing, yeah, so the other one was for writing. Now that's how you get on a reality show and come up exactly TW23. That's exactly what I'm saying, because I didn't know who Cardi B was before she came on Love and Hip Hop New York, or I guess that they still, that was the original one, so I think that they just call it Love and Hip Hop, not Love and Hip Hop New York. But I had never heard of her before, and so when people heard that Cardi B was going to be on there, so many people were already following her on Instagram. She'd already had over 1 million Instagram followers from just doing her her loud, kind of ghetto, raunchy, ratchet stripper antics on Instagram, and people would just say how she's so real. She's just so real, and I can relate to Cardi B. You know, at that time her teeth were really crooked, and she would, you know, kind of talk about that and how she wasn't ashamed of, you know, how her teeth look. She has since gotten her teeth fixed, which she did on her last season, which was her second season of Love and Hip Hop. That was even worked into one of the episodes, but yeah, that's how you do it, you know. This girl came from nothing. Basically, you know, she said, I don't know if she dropped out of school, but I know that she was working at a grocery store before she started stripping, and she saved up her money from stripping to make her demo tapes for, you know, for rapping. And before Bodak Yellow came out, I already had that one of her songs on my playlist, one of my workout playlists that, oh geez, Rain Down on a Bitch Twice. What? Forever, Be Forever, whatever the hell that song was. But anyway, I had that one of her songs already in my playlist, and I thought I liked her voice. I can't quite catch what her accent is or what her accents are, but I like her rap. I like the way her voice sounds. And I'm happy for her. I agree. That's how you do it. You know, you see these girls. They've been on the Love and Hip Hop since the first season, and their careers have gone nowhere. You know. Props to Cardi B for not fooling around with DJ Self and Rich Dollars and Cisco, all these guys who've been promising these girls for years that they're going to help make them famous and they're going to take their career somewhere. And without Love and Hip Hop, these girls don't have a career. So good for her for, you know, seeing past the BS and just using this show as a stepping stone and getting the hell out of there. So yeah, I'm all for her. TW23 says, me either. Diddy was the #1 musician on Forbes list this year. Yes, I saw that, TW23. Diddy hasn't, we haven't heard a peep out of Diddy all year, and he sat up here and made more money than Beyonce and Drake. You know, that's how you do it. I mean, I guess he has money coming in from his liquor brand. Was that tour this year when he did that Bad Boy tour or whatever? But yeah, hey, my props to Diddy. That, you know, say what you will about the man, he knows how to make some money. Let's see here. Kiddo 2 says time is flying. Lauryn Hill is a grandmother. Ugh. How many kids does Lauryn Hill have? I know she has like a whole bunch of kids. I didn't know she was a grandmother though. Wow. You got all the juice. My kiddo too, I promise you need to have your own channel. Her oldest son, Zion, is 18 or 19. Okay. I didn't know that. TW23 says, highest paid musician was Diddy. Wow, I'm so shook by the news of her oldest having a child. Okay. The last time a female rapper won a Grammy was Lauryn Hill. Was she the last one to win a Grammy? I didn't know that. I knew the thing about the #1 on the Hot 100. You know, the last time that a female rapper, and even though I don't consider Lauryn Hill a rapper, I knew that she was the last one to do that. So is Cardi B just gonna be the one to come behind and break or match Lauryn Hill's records? Okay. You're saying she has 6 or 8 kids? That's a lot. Either way. Okay, so the tour, the Diddy's tour was this year, so that's okay. So he made some money off of that tour and that liquor. That man knows how to make some money. Say what you will. He knows how to sample a good ass 80s and 70s song too. Because that was what I used to like about Diddy. It wasn't really, you know, his flow is okay. And I would say that I like him as a producer, but it was really the samples that I liked, and that's why I got into his music in the 90s as much as I did. I can't believe The Weeknd made the Forbes list as well. Okay, I know like only a few of his songs, or maybe a couple. He's the guy, right? TW23 that has like the like 4 big dreadlocks. Is that him? Um, let's see. Okay, so my kid just says yes, and now Cardi. Okay, so those records. King says he's back. What is that? You missed a lot, King. I'm not even gonna go over all this stuff. A lot of sexual allegation claims in the United States, so nothing you need to be worried about. Diddy also came out with that Bad Boys movie. Oh, I didn't know that there was a Bad Boys movie. You see how much I don't know? So yeah, okay, like I said, I'll put my Twitter information when when we're done with this live. I'll put my Twitter information in there, and so when y'all see something that's worth me talking about, hit me up on Twitter. Like if you see a story, like tag me in it if it's something that's gonna be good to talk about for the live, so we can all talk about it. Let's see. TW28 laughing at me. Yeah, that's him, but he cut them off recently. Oh, he didn't. He cut his hair. Okay, that was like the only way that I knew him. So now I'm not even gonna be able to recognize him. But he has. Okay, is his song that You Earned It song? Is that him? Did his song have something to do with that 50 Shades of Grey movie? I feel like an old ass woman asking you these questions. Oh my gosh. Yes, it's only on Apple Music, I believe, the Bad Boys movie. Okay, I did not know that Diddy released a Bad Boys movie. Have you watched it? Is it worth watching? I'm just, hey, we're just talking now. I'm done with my notes. I'm just talking, trying to get some information from y'all now. I need y'all to tell me what's going on. Don't say that you're old, Bessie. Nah, I am. It's okay. I don't mind being old. I'll take being old over the alternative, which is being dead. Let's see. My kiddo says the Fugees broke up because of Wycliffe and she were having an affair. Okay, so the Fugees. Okay, so Lauren and Wycliffe were having an affair together, and that's why the Fugees broke up, my kiddo. Now, I'm old enough to know this. I just never really paid attention to why they broke up, because I liked her solo music better anyway. I wasn't that big of a Fugees fan, honestly. Okay, that's it. You earned it. Yay! Okay, I get a pop culture point for today. Pop culture gold star. Let's see. Okay. You're too hot to be saying you're old. Now that's funny. I appreciate it, but yeah, I'm old and I'm proud. I don't mind being old. As long as I age well, I don't care. Anybody watch She's Gotta Have It? No, I haven't watched it. I've heard about it. I didn't watch it the first time that it came out. Probably because I was too young, and I think that it had some kind of sexual theme. Wycliffe stated that she had mental problems, my kiddo. I didn't know that. But you know what? I'm not surprised, because I have been thinking that that Lauryn Hill must have mental problems because all that I hear about her now is how she keeps showing up late for these damn shows. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like there is something wrong with her, and then she gets on stage and like kind of just acts like nothing's happening, or people are overreacting because she's late to her own damn show, like I remember seeing all these memes kind of floating around, like a person saying, "Hey, I'm going to a Lauryn Hill concert," and then Lauryn Hill's like, "When?" Like she doesn't even know herself, like she doesn't know her own schedule. So I don't know, it's something going on with her. But hey, that miseducation Lauryn Hill, I guess because she made that masterpiece, people are gonna let her slide for the rest of her life. I want to do reviews on it. You should review it. Review it for your channel, TW23. So, y'all, I don't know if y'all are into show reviews, but I met TW23 because we were both reviewing a show called Underground that was on, oh, Lord, was it WGN? Nah, I can't even remember. It seems like it was forever ago. But she does really good show reviews, and she's thinking about picking up this She's Gotta Have It. I haven't watched the show, but if you review it, I'll watch it so that I can watch your reviews. So, yeah, y'all, like I said, I think that everybody's already subbed to her channel, but she's worth checking out, and she's a good reviewer. So yeah, you should. And you know what? Also, I don't know if you ever got into the show that I'm reviewing now, but um, uh, why am I forget poetry? She's reviewing it. She went on and caught up on the first 4 episodes. She was gonna do like all 4 episodes together in a review, and then just like catch up one episode at a time. But she caught up on and did a review on each show, and so she's reviewing it with us now. But whatever you review, I'll watch. Just let me know. If you like it that much, review it. Yeah, for sure. Y'all smash that like button for my Bessie. Thank you, King. He's always trying to get people to like my little Sunday fun days. She will cuss you out if you question why she's late. You know, something is wrong with her, my kiddo. I don't know what her problem is. Lauren's been out of it for a while. Yes, she has. She has been out of it, y'all. I don't understand. Like, that's all I ever hear, though, is that she's late for shows. Have y'all heard anything other than that new about her? She came 3 hours late to this show, 4 hours late to that show, 8 hours late to this show. And then gets a damn attitude when you're walking out and leaving. Because she got here. It's like, bitch, it's tomorrow. You were supposed to be here yesterday. I gotta go to work now. Why are you mad at me? She is crazy. Okay, let's see here. I must watch your reviews and poetries too. Have you kept up with this show, TW23? So yeah, I'm reviewing a show called Damnation. I don't know how I forgot about that. I'm reviewing a show called Damnation that comes on the USA Network. Really good show set in 1930s USA. And there's a lot of different plot lines going on to it. So if y'all are looking for a TV show to watch or something to get into, check it out. And if you like the show, come and check out my review. I would appreciate it. Yes, Bessie, love you always, honey. Thank you, King. Let's see. Kiddo says, she went to prison for not paying the IRS. Yeah, now I knew about her being in prison for not paying her taxes, and the only thing I could think of when I heard that she did actually get sentences, in my mind, I heard her saying, how you gonna win when you ain't right within, Lauren, you gotta pay your damn taxes, girl. Stop playing. You're not Wesley Snipes in here. So anyway, she told the judge that she did not have to, and she should be exempt because she is a private citizen. My God. We're going to pray for Lauren. We're just going to stretch out the hands of prayer for our girl, Lauren Hill. She needs some help. I never did watch it, but I may go back and watch so I know what's going on. Yeah, I think if you got into it, I think you'd like it. I think it'd be worth you reviewing, frankly, still, because people are still kind of catching on to it. And they just moved the show to Thursday nights. It had been on Tuesdays, so I don't know, how that's going to work. I'm hoping that's not a bad sign that the show is already being moved around and it's only 5 episodes in. Let's see. Her daughter is a model now. Okay, I did not know that. There's another Jurassic World coming out. Jeff Goldblum is going to be in it, so I'm going to watch. I never have watched not one Jurassic Park movie ever. So all I know is some big-ass dinosaurs. I don't know anything about the plot. I don't know anything about anything. Oh, Jeff Goldblum looks better as he ages. Does he? I see that. That's somebody I never paid attention to. Oh yeah, that's what we were supposed to be talking about. Okay, so who are some good-looking men? Good-looking older men. Let's see. But I really want to see where they take this movie because this will be the 5th movie. Okay, I thought that it was a lot of those movies. Neither I've watched it. Okay, yeah, I've never seen one, so I don't even know what I'm missing. But I know that people love those Jurassic movies when they come out. They always, smash the box office. I low-key had a crush on Jeff Goldblum. Really? Wow. Now that's okay. So, I'm not going to make fun of you because I admitted that I had a crush on David Letterman, but, I don't think of him as a sexy guy, but hey, let's see, who else? Oh, okay. When I was younger, I had a crush on Robert De Niro. I thought that he was so good looking, and I actually fell in love with him from that movie Cape Fear, where he played like, a creepy creeperson. Like, he was almost like damn near like a child molester, but I thought that he was just like the sexiest thing I'd ever seen in my life. Um, so yeah, I'm a big Robert De Niro fan. I'm a big fan of his looks. Let's see who else. My kiddo says I actually like Mel Gibson the older he gets. Yeah, he's not bad looking either. Okay, okay. Are y'all excited about Black Panther? I barely pay attention to movie trailers, so I can't say I'm excited about it. I hear a lot of buzz about it, but I haven't even seen a trailer. I know I've seen like some pictures, but I haven't seen a trailer. Let's see. Um, oh, and King, if you don't want to talk about who's handsome, you can talk about who's women who are good looking or sexy or attractive to you. If you don't want to get in on the conversation about the good looking men. TW23 says Jeff Goldblum looks like a old sexy nerd. I like nerds. And Brian Gumble, I can't believe he's 69. He's 69. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know what? TW23. OJ Simpson always kind of put me in the mind of Brian Gumble, and to say that he's been in prison and he's 70 years old, he still actually looks good. I don't like a thing about him, but that's a handsome guy. He always has been. Just not very likable, believable, whatever. But he and Brian Gumble, I put them in the same category looks wise. My kiddo too is excited about Jurassic 5. Okay. Y'all, I feel like I'm missing out on something. Megan Good. LOL. If I said her name correct, that's who I like. Okay, yeah, you said her name correctly, and my fiance loves Megan Good. Okay, I'll tell y'all, he likes Gabrielle Union, Megan Good, and Kerry Washington. Those are the three women that I always hear Matthew talk about, how he just like head over heels in love with those three women. And I forgot which one comes first. I don't know if Megan's first or if Gabriella's first. But yeah, he likes all of them. Y'all make me feel like I'm left out. I feel like I'm out of the party because I don't know about Jurassic Park. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I'm not a big movie person. The last movie that I saw was Get Out. James Brolin. Okay, see, that's how out of the loop I am. I'm gonna look him up because I don't even know what he looks like. Hold on, let me see here. James Brolin. Okay, I'm trying to see. Oh, okay, yeah, he's nice looking. Yeah, he is nice looking. I know I've heard his name, but let me see. I like who? Letty from Fast and Furious. I don't know who that is, so you gotta tell me real names and I'll look them up because I don't. Y'all know. Shit, y'all know I don't know any movies. We talked about Tyrese is crying about The Rock doing his spin-off for Fast and Furious, but that's all that I really know about it. I went and saw one Fast and Furious movie with Matthew, and it's just not my thing. TW23 says, I agree, Brian Gumble, OJ Simpson favor. I don't like a thing about OJ either. Can't believe he's 70. That's crazy. Yeah. I agree. Barbara Streisand. Okay, yeah. Barbara Streisand's husband. I guess that's how I've heard his name, my kiddo. Chris Cuomo. Let's see what he looks like. I know who that is, but I gotta check him out. See what he looks like, Dee. Chris Cuomo. He's not bad looking. These pictures that they have of him when you Google him, they don't look so good. He looks like almost constipated in these pictures. Let's see. Who else? Paul Walker. Okay, Paul Walker. Yeah. My niece is the one who told me who Paul Walker was, because when he died, he's the one who died, right? Um, she was so sad when he died, and she was like so sad because he was so good looking. Oh gosh, let's see. I think that I got the right person, but let's see. Chris is cute. Okay, y'all all think that Chris is cute. Let me think. Some of my, let's see. He's the one who burned in the car fire. Let me see. Who else? Okay, and I'll try to throw out some women for you, King. Okay, well, King, what about, since you like Megan Good, what about my fiance's other picks? Do you like, Kerry Washington or, what, or Gabrielle Union? Let me see. Ladies, who else? Okay, well, okay, I told y'all I had the crush on David Letterman. I'm not expecting anybody to agree with that, but what about Lenny Kravitz? Has anybody ever thought he was hot? Because I think he's super, super duper hot. I think he's smoking hot. And I'm not even into, that's the funny thing with me. I think, like, typically when I like black men, I like very dark-skinned black men. I'm not into, like, a lot of biracial and lighter-skinned guys. But Lenny Kravitz, oh my gosh, there's just something about that man. I just think he's so hot. So anyway, so yeah. And do y'all have a type? Do y'all have a type that y'all prefer? I just like a good looking man. What about, Jason Momoa? Do y'all like him? Y'all know who he is? I think he's so hot. And I'm like so jealous of Lisa Bonet because she's like now gonna have two husbands that I think are like smoking hot. Lenny Kravitz and Jason Momoa. Good God. Older men. Okay. I'm trying to think of some more older ones. I'm just thinking about men in general now who look good. Let's see. Who else? Lenny Kravitz. Okay, y'all fill me on Lenny Kravitz. I think he's so hot. I follow him on Twitter just so I can look at his pictures when he posts them. He doesn't even talk about anything that interests me. I don't even remember the last time I like listened to his music, but he's just so handsome to look at. El DeBarge. See, now that's the kind of guy that I was never into. But I know that a lot of people think that, El DeBarge, was fine. And I was just like never the one to be into the light-skinned, wavy hair kind of guy. That's like not my style. But it's funny because like I like the dark, rugged looking black men, but then like I also like white men and other races of men. But I never saw it for El DeBarge. Maybe somebody else did though. Yes, Lenny is fine. Jason Momoa, yes, come on, y'all gotta give it up for Lisa Bonet. She snagged Lenny in the 90s and she has Jason Momoa now. That bitch is doing it like, oh Lord, she has the men everybody wanted. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Lisa Bonet has excellent taste, darling. Let's see. Let's see who else. Let's see. Okay, so we all agree. Dee agrees that Lenny's fine too. Let's see, who else? Pierce Brosnan. Yeah, he's an attractive looking guy. Okay, now here's one. This is my favorite vocalist. My favorite living male vocalist is Michael McDonald. Which is why I was so mad when I looked at the 40-year-old version and it was like this ongoing joke about the woman who was managing the electronics store who had a thing for Michael McDonald. But I love his voice. I love his voice like that. But, and I've always been a fan of classic rock music, and my dad would listen to the Doobie Brothers and Steely Dan and those bands and stuff. But when I went and looked back at Michael McDonald, like when he first joined the Doobie Brothers, he was very nice looking. And so I'm gonna say 70s, 80s Michael McDonald, very nice looking too. He doesn't look bad now, but he was just like kind of hot, in the 70s and 80s, Got eyes like Matthew, my fiance, just some really beautiful blue eyes. Let's see, Richard Gere is not bad looking. Richard Gere, I can see that. Bestie, give me some girls. Okay, let's see. Okay, who are some good looking women, y'all? Let me think. I'm afraid that okay. What about Toni Braxton, King? What about Toni? Cause see, I'm into like, you're probably not gonna, the women that I can think of. You're probably gonna say they're too old for you. Janet Jackson, like that's somebody who I've always thought is very fine. Trying to think of some younger girls, but I don't know any. Okay, what about Cardi B? What do you think about her? What do you think about her, King? Let's see. Dee says Jason Momoa is part Native American. He's cute. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know that. Doesn't surprise me though. That's a good looking man. That's a good big old hunk of man. That's how and I like bigger men too. Like my fiance, he's I'll say like about 250 pounds, 6'2", and we both need to get back in the gym, like, cause I'm looking at my arms now, they look so flabby under here. I lost my little muscle tone that I had. So anyway, like when we work out, like we're both super hot, but yeah, we both need to get that back up. But yeah, like my fiance, he can do 1,200 pounds on the leg lift. You know, like he's a big strapping young man. Let's see. Okay, so they're throwing some women out there for you. Okay, my kiddo agrees with me on Michael McDonald. They're throwing out some. Okay, my kiddo threw out Megan Fox and Angelina Jolie for you. King, you like them? David Hasselhoff. He's not bad looking. Okay. Oh gosh, now TW23 is making me feel old, because when I hear David Hasselhoff, the first thing that goes off in my mind is Knight Rider. That's how old I am. Knight Rider, the show where he had the car Kit in the 80s. That's what I think of when I think of David Hasselhoff. But yeah, he was on Baywatch too. Let's see. Okay, so King, you're in love with Cardi B. Okay, what about, let's see, as far as young girls, I can probably only really think of these girls on reality TV. Do you watch Love and Hip Hop, King? Because if so, I want to know if you think, let me think, who's cute on there? Bianca, she's cute. And, okay, tell me if you watch that first, and then I'll see if I can think of some other girls. TW Taylor used to watch Baywatch for David Hasselhoff. That's funny. Gosh, that makes me... TW23 feels young, and I feel old. Let's see. King says, yes, I do watch, but not all the time. Okay. Do you know who Bianca is, King? On Love and Hip Hop, the one out of New York. Yeah, I think she's cute. She has a really cute body, cute face too. I think she's a cute girl, cute chocolate girl. Who else, y'all? What else y'all want to talk about? We don't have to just talk about good-looking people, but this is fun. Yep, she's a cutie. Okay. Oh, Eva Mendes. What about her, King? She's pretty. Let me think. Who else is on Love and Hip Hop? Okay, let me think of the other franchises. Do you watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, King? Do you know Jocelyn Hernandez? Do you know who she is? Do you think she's a little bit older, but oh yeah, Cindy Crawford's still pretty, still looks good. Who else, y'all? Let me think. Okay, now we gotta think of, like, let's see. What about some Latino men or some Asian men? Let's see. I'll take her. Wait, which one? Which one? You'll take who? Eva Mendes or Cindy Crawford or Jocelyn Hernandez? Who? Let me think. Who else, y'all? Who else looks good? I'm thinking. Oh, what about Barack Obama, our former president? I'm not into to mixed men, but I thought that he was good looking. I think that it was, for him, a lot of it was the way he walked and the way he carried himself. He just, something about the confidence, the air of confidence that he had about himself. I think was what more so what attracted to me, because he is not the physical type that I typically go for. Charlize Theron, that's a good one. And who's that other Scarlett Johansson? I hear a lot of people like, yeah, because like that's one of the few white women that my fiance will talk about. Charlize Theron, Scarlett Johansson, and Jessica Biel. He likes all of them. Benjamin Bratt. I gotta look and see who that is. Okay, I'll tell y'all. Henry Cavill. I don't know if it's Cavill or Cavill. He was in Superman, which I did not watch. Y'all know I'm not a movie person like that, but he played in The Tudors. He was played King Henry VIII's best friend. And Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, that's somebody else my niece thought was really cute. Jonathan Rhys-Meyers played Henry VIII, but his friend, his best friend, the one who played Sir Charles Brandon, oh, I think that man is so good looking. And I don't know if y'all even know who I'm talking about, so I'm waiting to see the comments come up. Who else can... Okay, so they're throwing out some women for you, King. Adam Levine, Maroon 5. He's not bad looking. He's a little skinny for my taste, but he's not bad looking. Let's see, you mentioned Charlize Theron, which made me think of Miss South Africa winning the Miss Universe pageant, I think. Oh, yeah, that's true. Were y'all seeing... oh, okay, so I gotta somebody to agree with me on Henry. I don't even know how to say the man's last name, and I've been thinking that man is fine for years, because like that was probably the reason that I started watching The Tudors, like just flipping through the TV, and you know, and I mean I watch the BBC anyway because I'm like obsessed with all things British, but oh my gosh, when I saw him, I was just in love with him. Look at Tosh Time. Y'all, okay, hold up. Tosh, I mentioned you earlier on this live at the beginning of my live. If y'all aren't already subscribed to Tosh Time, subscribe to her. She has a cooking channel. And she does, okay, one of the two of the most recent videos I saw her do were challenge videos where she did a Vegemite challenge. She tasted it, and she just tasted some very hot peppers on a video challenge. But she is doing a fundraiser to raise, I think she's calling it Hope for the Homeless. And Tosh, if I'm getting anything wrong, then please put it down in the chat. I sent an email to her PayPal. I just sent a very small donation because I wanted to see if it would go through. I'm used to receiving funds on PayPal, but not getting them. And I was just really trying to see if it would go through. But she shouted out my channel, did a beautiful shout out to my channel. And a lot of the subscribers that I got this week came from her channel because of the shout out that she did for me giving, and it was really just a tiny donation. So I'm going to ask y'all if y'all will go to subscribe to Tosh Time and go to her channel and give her a donation. Literally, it's just, y'all see her name, Tosh Time, there, and it's just Tosh, what is it? Okay, Tosh, put your email so they can email your PayPal with donations. Y'all, literally, I gave like the tiniest donation, and I literally just wanted to see if it would go through, and she shouted out my channel, and like I said, that's how I got a lot of subscribers off of her channel, because she has over, you know, she's like at 5,000 subscribers, and she's doing a really good thing. She's raising money for these men who are in transitional housing, you know, helping to get people off the streets. And we're seeing what she's doing with the money. She's going and, you know, purchasing food to donate food and cleaning supplies and things that they'll need. It's just really good, this movement that she started for this holiday season. So y'all, if y'all get a chance, do go and check her out. The channel is entertaining. She's going to give you some good recipes, but she's going to do some silly challenges. She's going to entertain you, but she's also doing something to help people, to help make people's lives better. So, you know, we can never, you know, argue with anything like that. She's an amazing person. So thank you, Taj, and I got some amazing subscribers from your channel, some really cool people from all over the world, from Australia and France, you know. So yeah, thank you very much, and I will be donating again. Okay, so Tosh, right now we're done with all the topics, but we're just talking about who we think is good looking. We're just talking about fine people now, and I was kind of not wanting to get off the subject of Henry Cavill because TW23 agreed with me that he's fine, and I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but he's really fine and really good looking. We all agreed that Jason Momoa and Lenny Kravitz are good looking, so we love Lisa Bonet's taste in men. We want her men. Let me think, who else? We've named a lot of people. We were kind of talking about older men first, and so I threw Robert De Niro out there. I threw out the young. Okay, hold up, wait. Taj Tom said Lenny Kravitz is her baby daddy. I love you, Taj, but I will fight you behind Lenny Kravitz. I will come to you, and I will find you, and I will fight you behind Lenny Kravitz. That'll be your next challenge that you can put on your channel. We can scrap it out behind that man. That's my baby daddy. But anyway, nah, he is everything. Oh my gosh, Lenny Kravitz, yes. Give it up for Lisa Bonet. Let's all just give it up for Lisa Bonet right now. Give it up for Lisa Bonet. You bend my fingers and knuckles for Lenny Kravitz. Oh gosh, and you know what? I wouldn't even be able to blame you because he's worth it. Oh my gosh, just a whole lot of hotness. Okay, so we gotta. Okay, what about Jessica Alba? Now girls are fighting for men. And I like seeing drama. Hey, okay, now King, if you like seeing drama, you ought to be watching more Love and Hip Hop. If you like, especially if you like watching girls fight over men, that's all those stupid hoes do on that channel. And her toes, yeah. Okay, yeah, he'd be worth it. Okay, so who else? Who else is hot? Yeah, like I said, we're done with the live, girl. We talked about the gay wedding cake. We talked about Liangelo Ball and his sons, and Dustin Hoffman getting mad at people asking him about, his past with sexual harassment and everything. We talked about a lot, but thank you for joining us at the end, and y'all, I'm really glad. I'm really glad that y'all are in here interacting with each other. Let's see. What about Ben Diesel? I know a lot of girls like him. I used to like him too. I think that he might be a little bit short for my taste. Okay, so Bia Vergara. What about that, King? My kiddo too is throwing out some suggestions for you. Let me think. So let's just think about, okay, so hot people, good looking people in general. Yeah, no drama. You know, I don't want it with Taj. I would just want her to cook me a meal, and I would just want to enjoy her company. She's awesome. Let me think, y'all. Who else? Who else? And we don't just have to keep it on good-looking people. I'm just kind of chilling and relaxing with y'all because we got through all the topics. And I thank y'all for sticking with me. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping it going in live chat. Y'all make it fun for me. This was definitely the most interactive live that I've had, so I appreciate y'all. And again, any of y'all, if y'all got some channels with 500 or more subscribers and you're looking for a way to make a little cash off of your subscribers, let me know. I'll let me go on and do this. I'll put my email here in the chat, and y'all can email me. If y'all want to get something going with that. Okay, boom, TylanCario.com. And stay a little more. Okay, yeah, I can stay. I can stay. What do y'all want to talk about though? And I'm gonna put my Twitter information after this stream goes up and it's posted where everybody can watch it. I'll put my Twitter information up. So we can connect on Twitter too. And if y'all see stories that y'all think are gonna be interesting for me to talk about, just tag me in the story or send it to me, or send it to my email, whatever. And let's just get some things going. I just want to have some fun. Let's see, who else is, okay, so if y'all don't want to just talk about who's good looking, if we were like running out of ideas, then what else y'all want to talk about? Let me think. Those song lyrics were hilarious. Thunder Buddy came in here and said that he thought that Jimi Hendrix was saying, "Excuse me while I kiss this guy." That's hilarious, but I can understand how he would think that. And then Dee Dee came in here and said that she thought that the song Groove is in the Heart was saying Groove is in the House, but that actually makes a lot of sense. So it's still funny just because it was wrong, but it makes sense. And so I told y'all mine, Man Eater. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy. She'll cheer you up. I thought, but it's chew you up. I misunderstood Hall & Oates. Okay, California's on fire. That's very important. Okay, so I believe that My Kiddo 2 and Tosh Time are in California. Is it affecting y'all? And are y'all actually in California? And is that affecting y'all at all? Because those fires look like scenes from hell. From what I've been seeing, the short videos that I've seen, that looks scary, and I'm just like, and to hear, was it the governor who came out? Someone said that this is like the new norm for California, and that just cannot be. That shit looks scary as hell. So are y'all okay? Are y'all actually in California, and are y'all okay? I live in Northern California in the ocean. I can swim. Okay, good. I'm in San Diego County. It was scary. Oh, JD, hey. Okay, JD, I forgot. Okay. Okay. So, but is everybody okay? Were any of your homes impacted? Okay, Tosh Time says that luckily it's not impacting her family. Thank God. Okay, so, and I'm guessing if y'all are on here that y'all are actually okay. Yeah, I can't imagine there's fire around you, and it was just so important for you to watch Taiwan, you know. So I'm not being narcissistic in asking, but yeah, King, there were some wildfires going on in California. That's what they're talking about. So I have 3 Californians in here right now, 3 West Coast ladies in here right now, but oh my gosh, it's burning now. But it was so important that they watched me. They're just running around California with their tablets, listening to my live because it's that important, you know. Damn these emergency alerts. We gotta see what Ty is talking about on this live. To hell with that. I don't want to miss it what this gay wedding cake topic is. Let's see. I know 2 couples who had to evacuate, but their houses didn't burn, thankfully. The fire is mostly contained now. Okay, that's good to hear, because I heard earlier that it was 5% contained, and that did not look like that was saying much. Let's see. If I was burning, I'd still be on this live. See, that's what I need. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of dedication and loyalty I need. You know what I'm saying? Forget the fires, you know. Hey, I'm a Texas girl. We go through hurricanes. TW23 is a Florida girl. She knows that hurricane life. King is in Trinidad. He knows that hurricane life. I lived in St. Lucia for a year. We know that hurricane life. Forget all those natural disasters. We don't have time for that. We gotta watch these YouTube lives. You know what I'm saying? We gotta. That's what it's all about. You know, it's gangster in these YouTube streets, and we gotta stay true to the game. You know what I'm saying? It happens every year where it's very hot and the Santa Ana winds. Okay, that's what I have always heard, and I just, not being from there, all that I know of California is Los Angeles. It's the only place I've ever visited when I've gone. But yeah, I'm just thankful that y'all are okay. Let's see here. The wind was not as bad as they expected it to be this weekend, so that helped a lot. Okay, thank God. Yeah, because it looks like a scene from some kind of scary movie, about the world ending when I see what's going on there. So I'm very thankful that y'all are okay. I'm very, very thankful. King says, I love watching my sexy bestie. Y'all are so silly. I don't know what to do. Like, oh, no rain in sight. Oh, God. It just, okay, so how are they containing the fires? Are they just dumping water from planes? Like, how, I don't even begin to understand that. It's so funny, People in California said they wouldn't know how to deal with hurricanes. People who deal with hurricanes say that they wouldn't know how to deal with earthquakes. People who deal with tornadoes say that they wouldn't know how to deal with snowstorms. You know what I'm saying? And so I kind of feel like we all kind of take it in stride because home is home and we're just kind of used to these things. I have fans in California. I hope they're okay. Oh yeah, because King, you have a pretty large channel yourself. So yeah, I'm thankful that you ladies are okay, and it doesn't seem like people who were too badly affected. When the humidity picks up overnight, that helps a lot. Okay, that makes sense. Helicopters and planes dumping water and hosing down your homes. Okay, so the homeowners themselves, you have to hose your own house down. Are there any kind of restrictions with water right now? Because I know sometimes in California, I hear about like how y'all can only water your lawn certain days of the week and things like that. Are there any kind of those kinds of restrictions in place? But surely they must ignore it in an instance like this if you can get water. I mean, like you gotta save yourself. Okay, good. Okay, congratulations. 23 Gyp King is almost at 1,300 subscribers. That's all right. That's great. Hey, I'm almost at 271. I'm gonna keep on going, y'all. I'm gonna get there one day, but I'm enjoying the process. So, like Miley Cyrus said, it's the climb. I live on the ocean, have plenty of water. Thank God. Okay, that's good. Do you have a nice view? That's awesome. Okay. That's good. I'm just glad that you ladies are okay. What do I want to talk about? So yeah, that fire though, that's major. So thank you for bringing that up, and I'm glad to know that y'all are okay, because I don't know, the geography of California well enough to know if anybody that I knew was affected. I have family in Los Angeles, and I know that they're okay, but that's it. I don't have any family anywhere else in California, and I don't have any friends anywhere else in California as far as I know. So let's see. Yes, I see humpback whales every day swim by my house. Oh wow, now that's nice. That is nice. I like that. I love an ocean view. I love the water, and that's why I'm looking forward to getting back to St. Lucia and having a view of the Caribbean Sea. I won't be close on it, but I'll have a view. We had a 5.9 earthquake, Bessie, in the Caribbean, but it didn't hit us much, just a shock. When was the earthquake? Surfers and sailboats. That sounds like a good life to me, my kiddo. Now, I did experience my first earthquake while I was in St. Lucia. It was a relatively small one, but when the earth moves from under your feet, it's not a normal thing for me. So I was scared as hell. It just happened all of a sudden, and it was a vibe. It was a vibe, something. But it was very scary to me because that was just something I was not used to. I frankly don't ever want to experience that again. Ugh. But I probably will. That's just, part of life there. It seems those plates, I guess, are ever shifting. What else I want to talk about? Okay, but I'm glad that you were not affected with that earthquake. I'm glad that everybody's okay. I'm so thankful. God is, really watching out for us. I'm not a super duper religious person. I do consider myself more spiritual than religious. And I just, I'm thankful. I'm thankful to God, for just watching over the people that I love, and the people I know, and the people who are supporting me. Y'all have no idea how much I look forward to doing these lives. And yesterday I was kind of feeling a little bit low, feeling a little bit down, and I needed to do my research for the live, and I didn't really get around to it until late last night when I started researching the wedding cake story. And when I saw like how many angles and all this stuff, I was just like, you know what, forget it. And I went to sleep, but I knew I was going to get up early in the morning to start doing my research so that I could have everything laid out so that I could do this, the way that I wanted to, regardless as to who came and how long they stayed or whatever. I know like Rido boy, he's been here with me like from day one on these lives, and I'm so thankful for that. And I've had times when it was literally just me and him like for at least 40 minutes. And as long as he was here, I was going to stay here and talk, just because I appreciate that support. And so I needed this today. And so I'm so glad that y'all are here. And I'm just thankful that everybody is doing well. A light pole almost dropped on my friend's car. I'm glad that it didn't. I'm glad that the pole missed your friend's car. But I'm just, super duper thankful for y'all, and I'm glad y'all are here, and I'm glad that we are supporting each other. And I can't believe this live has gone this long. I think that at one point I had 12 people in here, and that's the most people I've ever had in a live at one time. And I'm thankful for that. My channel is small and growing, and I'm just going to try to stay consistent. And, bring y'all some content that y'all want. And that's why I'm always asking, what do you want from me? And that's why I look for your feedback, because that really does make a difference. I don't want to just get in here and talk about some stuff that y'all don't want to hear about. So, that matters to me. Thank you, Ty. Thank you, my kiddo, too. And frankly, with all the stuff that you know, I feel like you need to have your own damn channel. Or else give me some topics to talk about, for this one. But shoot, you've got the tea, girl. JD says, keep it up. I love listening to the chats. Thank you, JD. And JD's been with me for a while. It's just we haven't been able to connect on one of my live chats in a long time. But she was one of the first people when I was like just coming on a chat and I wasn't even coming on the screen. JD would come in and, just join the conversation, and I appreciate that, You're too shy. No, you can't be shy. You don't seem shy in here. I guess maybe it's easier just to kind of interact in the chat than it is to talk, but girl, you have some information to give, so if you want to give it, I will listen. Bestie, I love watching you. Makes me happy, Bestie. Well, thank you, King. I appreciate it. You're very, very supportive of my channel, and I'm thankful. Like, I notice when I post my reviews, I don't even think you watch the show Damnation. I don't even know if it's airing in Trinidad. But as soon as I post my reviews, King is the first person to hit me with a like and a comment, on my reviews, whether he's watching the show or not. So I appreciate every bit of feedback I get from all of you. Y'all make this so much fun for me, and like I said, I just kind of needed this today. I was a little bit down yesterday, but I needed this, and I'm really, really just thankful for y'all. I am, and I mean that. I'm not any kind of just sentimental person. I'm pretty hardcore. I'm pretty gangster in these streets. But no, I'm very thankful for y'all. Let's see. Oh, and somebody earlier said that I don't age, that I'm not aging. Thank you for that. But I am. Yeah, I don't look like I did when I was 20. I'll put it like that. I look forward to the live chats every Sunday. I'm so glad, and I want to just try to stick to a schedule, keep it around the time, that I came out. I guess it's like 1 o'clock your time, my kiddo. Trying to like make it like 1 o'clock on the dot, at your time. And I'm always a couple of minutes late. I had 2 phone calls. One phone call came in to me, and then I had to briefly call Matt before I got on because I had missed one of his calls earlier. But I want to 1 o'clock on the dot, 3 o'clock on the dot, I just want to be ready. And so I try my best to just be ready for y'all, bring y'all something that I hope that we can all get into, because it can't just be about me just sitting up here talking. Who wants to just, hear that? So try to find something that's compelling, even the boring stuff that I think is important. I try to make it entertaining, I'm at work, but my patient can breathe later, girl. What? Wait a minute. What are you talking about, my kiddo? That's hilarious. Hold on now. Wait a minute. I need to understand that. I don't want to be complicit in any kind of crimes going on. That made me laugh. Okay, I need to know the story behind that. Oh gosh. Okay, so what else? Let me think. I'm just trying to think of stuff. He's on a respirator machine, a respirator machine, and it can wait. Oh Lord. Oh gosh. Okay, that makes me laugh. Let's see. I'm getting my merch soon. You're getting merch free, but okay, what are you talking about? Merch? What kind of merch are you getting? What do you mean? I only know merch is a slang for merchandise. If that's something other than that, then I don't know what you mean. Oh, y'all are too funny. His G-tube can get changed later. What's the rush? Hey, exactly. You know, it's all about priorities, my kiddo. You know what I'm saying? It's good to know that I'm running into people who have their priorities in line. That's all I'm saying. It's t-shirts. Okay, what kind of t-shirts? For your YouTube? That's interesting. Let me know what's going on. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Okay, do y'all watch any? Okay. Y'all know, okay, I admitted to y'all, and I'm embarrassed, but I admitted to y'all that I watch, reality TV. I told y'all the shows that I watch. He's still alive, I think. Oh God, okay, my kiddo, and you're sure that you're too shy for your own channel because you're informative as hell and you're funny as hell. So if you decide to change your mind and loosen up that shyness, I will definitely be watching your channel. It can wait. Oh Lord, okay, now that's funny, y'all. But okay, so reality TV. Okay, I told y'all I watch Love and Hip Hop. That's like probably the most embarrassing thing that I watch right now. I used to watch the Bad Girls Club, which that was always the most embarrassing thing that I was ever that I would ever admit that I watched. Like I was always very ashamed to tell anybody that I watched the Bad Girls Club. But I don't watch that anymore. She says I need a break. My kiddo too. You need to quit it. You need to go on and get on here. Not my fault if you eat jokes. You need to go on and get on here and get your own channel because you're funny. Okay, so I told y'all I watch Love and Hip Hop. I watch Married to Medicine. I watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, and and I watch Hell's Kitchen. Oh yeah, that's somebody else I used to have a crush on, Gordon Ramsay. I thought he was cute too. Your laugh is sexy. My laugh is hideous, but thank you, King. So y'all want to talk about any of those shows, or do y'all watch reality TV at all? And if so, what shows do y'all watch on reality TV? I never ever got into Basketball Wives. What other shows are there? I'm trying to think. He's blind. He can't see me, so he won't even know who to make the report out for. Just blame it on somebody else. You know what? You're terrible. That's a very dark sense of humor, and I love and can appreciate a dark sense of humor. I really can. Let's see. What else? Clearly y'all like some blog topics. I'll have to do some more searching on the blogs. Like I'll go on like the Shade Room and is it Famous? I'll go on those. Okay, you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, my kiddo. I watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, but this season I'm kind of annoyed. Like, I mean, and they've been getting stale for a while, and bringing Nene back, it hasn't given me the fire that I thought it was going to. I would really like to see them get rid of Kim Zolciak. I don't know why she's there. But I have really been enjoying Married to Medicine. I feel like those girls are bringing it. They are giving me some entertainment this season. Let's see here. King says, I love funny people. I love funny people too. My kiddo is hilarious. She needs to get her own YouTube channel going. Um, Welcome to the Bad Girls Club. I loved that show. I used to love Bad Girls Club. Let's see. I remember like when Natalie Nunn was on there. Oh, and that there's a girl on Love and Hip Hop now, the one that's in New York. She looks so much like Natalie Nunn. There's a girl in there named Anais. She used to like apparently have a really successful career singing Latin music, and that girl looks so much like Natalie Nunn. It's ridiculous. Okay. My kiddo too says they're both stale. Kim is there because one of the producers is her best friend. Yeah, I did catch that tea, my kiddo, and I just don't like it. It's not a good look. I don't think, unless they're going to put a token black woman on all the other franchises. I don't like the idea of Kim being in the Atlanta cast. There's, debate as to whether or not she's racist, but Kim does have a superiority complex about herself. And whether or not she's racist, it can come across looking that way because she is a white woman in a cast of all black women who is elevating herself above them. And I don't know if she would necessarily have that same attitude if she were in a cast with all white women. I don't know, but I'm not liking her on there, and I was glad that Bravo caught her in that lie that she just outright told about Kenya making a comment about her injured son, which Kenya never said anything about her injured son. She made the comment about her hoe-ass daughter. Which I felt like Kenya was justified in doing that, so I'm okay with that. Let's see. Eva the Diva will be on. Okay, you know what? I was a big fan of Eva the Diva when she was on America's Next Top Model. I haven't really followed her much since then, so I know she's kind of been doing some reality show things here and there and like dating some high profile men, but I was just disappointed that she didn't take her modeling career further, but I'm looking forward to see what she's going to bring to the mix, because they definitely need to switch it up. It's like they could recast, like just throw out the whole cast for Real Housewives of Atlanta and bring in some new people. That show needs some life. Dee Dee says, so that why she has her own show, Tardy for the Party. Yeah, and from what I understand, the ratings for her own show are not that good, Dee Dee, and I think that that's also why they moved Married to Medicine to Friday nights to like lead into her show to get the viewership up for her, because people are actually watching Married to Medicine, and I hate that they did that because everybody seems to prefer that show to be on Sunday nights. So yeah, Mariah. Okay, Mariah. Oh, I love Mariah on Married to Medicine. I love her on there. I was so glad to see her pop up in New Orleans last week. Or was it? Yeah, last week, Friday, whatever. I was so glad to see her make an appearance on there. She is funny. I think that with her being gone and kind of just like having that friend of the show role as far as on screen is concerned, I feel like Heavenly is trying to take over and be the shady one now. But Heavenly's shade is not funny. It's not creative. Mariah is really witty about the way that she shades those girls, and I live for it. Mariah is hilarious. I love her. Let's see. So what else? Anything else you want to talk about? We'll go. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I've been talking for almost 3 hours. It's been 2 hours and 57 minutes. Let's take it to 3 hours even, unless y'all want to call it a night or y'all want to talk about something else, because I'm fine to talk. I just don't want to bore y'all to pieces, so I want to be sure we're talking about something y'all want to discuss. Her fiance's an attorney, politician in Atlanta. Yeah, I heard that he just ran for some office and he didn't win. I don't remember what office it was. Let's go 4 hours. My kiddo says I'm not bored. Y'all are funny. I know I'm not that damn interesting. But let's see. If y'all want to, just give me something to talk about, because now I'm just kind of winging it and just trying to keep the conversation going, but I don't mind. I don't mind at all. So, anybody else you like, my kiddo? You like anybody else on Married to Medicine? I love Mariah. I'm over Quad. I'm really kind of over all the women on there. Bestie, you're sexy and I like sexy woman. Thank you. I love Mariah. Um, I feel like Simone is two-faced. Um, I feel like Simone and Jackie, and I would say Jackie just a notch above Simone, they both have these superiority complexes because they are doctors. And I did not like at all the way that they were dealing with Toya on the trip and just kind of like trying to, calm her down and, basically like trying to give her etiquette lessons about how she should behave. I was not feeling that. Like they were the principal and assistant principal on their trip. I'm over them. Like, okay, I get it, you're a doctor, whatever, but you're on a trip with a bunch of grown-ass women. Like, you're not going to tell them how they need to act. I'm over Dr. Jackie and Simone, as far as that's concerned. Someone told Quad she was cute, and she believes it. You know what? Somebody did tell her that, and I just keep imagining this baby that she's never going to give to Dr. G, to her husband. And I wonder if that baby will have any hair at all, because he doesn't have any hair, and it doesn't look like Quad does either. And Mariah shaded the hell out of her last season about her wigs. Let's see. Toya outside the show is a hood rat. Toya seems like very much inside of the show that she is a hood rat. I get hood rat vibe from Toya, but she's less annoying than she used to be. And I feel like she and her husband are kind of, well, her husband always seemed kind of even keeled, but I feel like she's coming back down to earth as far as, not needing to live this outlandish lifestyle, after having their taxes issues exposed on the screen. Her forehead meets you at the front door before anything else. Quad does have a big old head. See, okay, here's my thing with these ladies, this group of ladies. Lisa Nicole, from last season, she had the husband who was cheating on her with women and possibly men, and everybody wanted her to talk about her issues with him and expose this, but they all had their own issues going on in their own marriages, and I feel like with Lisa Nicole not being there, that now they can all stop. Now they don't have her there to focus on and, try to dig up what she's doing. And now the spotlight is on all their marriages, and now we gotta face the facts that all of you are in shitty marriages. All of you. Dr. Jackie, who's supposed to be so wise and this and that, she didn't see it coming that her husband was going to cheat. I'm not saying that her husband is right at all. He's dead ass wrong for cheating. If he was not happy, he should have just left her. But he been telling her, like, I want a home-cooked meal. I want you to spend time with me. I want you to stop working. I want you to stop charting when you're home, like, and actually pay attention to me. He's been saying these things. So it's nothing new. Not justifying the cheating. If he was that upset, he should have divorced her and left instead of cheating on her. But she's supposed to be so damn smart, but, like, she can't figure out, this is that shocking to her. Like, come on, Dr. Jackie. Yeah, Darren is still cheating. I heard that, that footage of Lisa talking to his side chick and yelling at him. Tell her you're married. Tell her you have a wife. Tell her you're not going to see her anymore. And he's like, you already said it. You already said it. He has children. And you slutty bitch, you better not call him anymore. Look at what your dad is doing. I'm like, she's carrying on like this in front of their children. That darn... Oh, Lisa, I just want her to leave him while she's still cute and she can do better, because Darren is going to continue to cheat. He's made that very clear. I like Katy Perry. She's cute. Katy Perry is cute. She is a cute girl. There was one particular, I don't know, award ceremony or something. She was wearing this really light colored green dress that was long sleeve, and it was a long form-fitting dress, and that was the best I'd ever seen her look. I thought she looked so cute. JonBenet Ramsey is supposed to... Wait, what? It's supposed to be Katy Perry. What? Are you serious? Wait, where? Okay, I'm lost on that one. I like how you change up your voice. I'm just trying to imitate these stupid women. Okay, I don't know about that. Tell me about... You're saying JonBenet Ramsey is supposed to be Katy Perry? Is that what I'm reading? Okay, I'm lost. Yeah, I remember the little girl that was killed, JonBenet Ramsey. So you're saying that she wasn't killed and that she is in fact Katy Perry? Okay, like you keep giving me all this information and I'm beside myself. I don't even know what to do. Okay. Okay, y'all. Oh, okay, like, oh, my kiddo, so she's joking this time. Bye. You are ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to get off of here. I appreciate everybody for sticking with me all this time. I cannot believe that we've been on here for 3 hours talking. Thank y'all so much. Y'all made this like my best live ever. I appreciate you all. And I'm going to try to be back next Sunday with more content, something that's interesting. Yeah, she got me, King. She got me on that one. So thank y'all, everybody who came. My Kiddo 2 and King, y'all still in here in the comments. JD and Tosh Time, I'm glad that all of you are safe in California. TW23, who's our Hazel's Reptiles, everybody. Julia, she was the first person in here. Julia's Hair and Beauty. Thank y'all all for coming in here. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Ride Doughboy, my ride or die. JD, thank you. Okay, King. How about Dreezy? I don't know who Dreezy is, so I'm gonna have to look and see who she is. Don't forget, y'all, I'm gonna, after this live goes up and everybody can see it, I will put my Twitter information and my email so y'all can get to me that way. If y'all see something y'all want me to talk about, let me know. I love you too, King. JD says thank you. Hope to see you again next weekend. I hope to see you too. Dee, thank you for coming. Thank y'all for just interacting with me, giving me things to talk about. TW23, thank you. I didn't know you were still in here. I hope to see you next week too, sis. And go on and review. Go on and review She's Gotta Have It if you like it that much. If you like it, I'm gonna watch it and I'll watch your reviews, and we'll share the love. I'll tell everybody to, all of my 270 people, it's not much, but it's what I got. I'll tell them to go and watch it too. My Kiddo 2, you take care and you keep being funny. Go on and check on that patient. Hopefully he'll make it through the night, Lord. Let us know next week if he's still alive. And thank y'all. I just appreciate y'all. I had so much fun tonight, or this evening, this afternoon, going into this evening. Thank y'all so much. Let's do it again next week. Oh, you on your break? Okay, well, when you get off of your break, you check on him. And you let us know if that man is still alive. Hopefully God will restore his vision too. We never know. But I thank God for y'all. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I had a good time. And let's do it again next week. Y'all got some topics? Hit me up. If y'all got some questions, this is another thing I want to do because I want to make it as interactive as possible. I'm gonna look up Dreezy and I'll let you know. So I'll get back to that on next week. If y'all have like questions that y'all want answered, like y'all want to Who gave you your blind patient? Girl, my kiddo, be quiet. I'm not dealing with you anymore after you lying about John Benet Ramsey. So yeah, y'all just, if y'all like have a question, like something personal going on in your life, and you want an email response to it, and you want like to know what everybody on the live thinks about your situation, tell us that too. Like, let's like really, really find some ways that we can really interact. Just make it truly, truly interactive. So anyway, if you got any suggestions for things you want me to talk about or types of segments you want me to do, let me know that too. So we can just make it like our channel. Because if y'all aren't watching, I don't have a reason to be on here. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I'm going to say good night. I'll keep this going until it's 3:09 and 5 seconds. I'm going to keep it going to 3:10 exactly. So just in case y'all have any comments on the live, I don't miss it. Good night. Take care, one and all. Peace. That's from my kiddo. Okay, we're down to 3 watching. We got 40 seconds to go. Love you forever, bestie. Love you too, King. I appreciate you being in here. Oh, and I want to thank Matthew for coming in, my fiance. I appreciate him coming in and checking me out for a little bit too. And Derica, I appreciate you for coming in. I'm just trying to like shout out to everybody I remember who came in and made some comments. Y'all kept it really hot for me today, so I appreciate it. 15 seconds to go. I'm going to count it down at 10. Love y'all so much. 10, 9, 8. Her patient's name is Matthew. I'll tell him, well, thank God it's not my Matthew, because I guess I probably wouldn't be able to be looking or to get married the way you take care of that man. I don't know about your bedside manner, but you're good with the tea and with the funny. Okay, my kiddo, I appreciate it. Love y'all. I'm going to count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Peace. Love y'all, and I'm out. Bye-bye.